That ain't gonna stop it. Now just talk about it. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things. I don't think we should talk about this. Come on, why not? People might misunderstand. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that make.
Alrighty. So what is wrong with my camera? Why is
Randy, I like some of his music.
oh, this camera, I don't know why it's not on. No, not TikTok. I gotta shut this video off. It's playing. I didn't know that. Alrighty. I cannot figure out why my camera's not on. It should be on. I'm added to the stream. What is going on with my camera? Let me go to settings. I actually wanted the cam up today. It works fine with StreamYard. You tell me why it's not working with Restream. Let me go to video. USB. No, it's not the USB. No, I don't want to flip the video. I don't know. Son of a mother. Have no clue why my video is not showing. Let me say hi. Hey, Cash. Aw, thank you, Cash, for renewing. Welcome back to Poolside. Hi, Death Grips. Grandma Sherry was timed out. Cash, you picking on Grandma Sherry? Hi, everybody in the bushes. You can't be picking on Grandma Sherry, Cash. Okay, how do I get my camera to work? With Restream. It works fine with StreamYard. All I do is hit go live and turn on the camera. My camera's on, but it's not doing that with OBS or with damn. And I wanted the cam up today with Restream. I would end the settings. There's only one thing I could change in settings under video. Maybe that's what I have to change. But I thought Restream did use OBS. Let me see if this works. Hey, I figured it out. Yay! I'm learning. This headset is huge, isn't it? Now I just got to adjust everything. So, hey, Daisy Jones. Hey, Beer Can. I figured it out. I can't believe I figured it out. No wonder it would. I thought with Restream you had to use the OBS. But I guess you don't. So that's nice to know, because that's been giving me a headache and a half. But I will turn off my camera when I want to hit a cigarette, because I don't want to smoke on camera in front of y'all. I got yelled at for doing it before. I was told it's disrespectful. I actually got an email telling me that I shouldn't smoke on camera because it's disrespectful to people who don't smoke. And it could be. So I don't want to. Wow, the lighting's bad out here, isn't it? There we go. My lighting sucks out here. I'm out here in the natural light. You'd think it'd be better. At least you can't see the wild lights. I see the wild lights from these headphones. I got to get a smaller set. Hey, Granny's watching. How are you? Well, today I wanted to do part 3 of the YouTube circus clowns, but I'm gonna hold that off because I've got to review this live that Betty did about Turtleboy's issues. I've got to because you want to talk about, as the thumbnail said, hypocrisy. Yo, dude, that was hypocrisy at its best. She had a lot to say, a whole lot to say that she never does, but there's plenty of receipts that she does. Anyway. And we've been showing it all week. I mean, I did a video the other night, and I'm not bullying Betty. I'm sick of hearing that. I don't go real life on Betty. I review Betty on Betty's words. I don't care about her cooking. I don't review her cooking. Each to his own. Everybody can cook their own way. I have no right to tell anybody how to cook anything. I'm no damn chef. I don't care where she lives. I just care about the stuff that comes out of her mouth, about her going after victims and families and doxing and threatening people and just being a total nuisance. That's all I do. So I don't think that's considered bullying. I don't call her names. I do admit I have said about her fried hair after she started talking about it during a live, and I did do that. That I probably shouldn't do, but I don't bully Betty. I don't bully anybody. I'm gonna hide my cigarette from y'all. So hey, Hope. So your island is being filled with beach renourishment. Okay. Hey, Laugh at Life. Good to see you. Hey, B Tim. I think bully is what Turtleboy does. I can't agree with the stuff he does. I'm sorry. I'm not trying. And this is just my opinion, please. As you can see, it's just, it says my opinions. But I can't be on board with some of the crap that dude does. You got to see that it's wrong. How can you tell Betty and Dolly and JLR and the trash bag wearing thing that's ban evading? How can you tell them or any of the others but not tell him? How can you support what he does because he's passionate about a case? Are you freaking kidding me? You don't go mess with potential witnesses. You don't threaten the officers. You don't go real life involving yourself in an active, open investigation. You want to draw attention to the case, so be it. There's ways you could do that without crossing the line. And in my opinion, this is crossing the line. It just is. It just is. And honestly, with what I have been seeing of him, which I've been going on my own and looking, I think he's done worse than BHB in some aspects. I really do. Do I think that Betty's not far from him, his antics? Not at all. As long as she keeps getting away with it and she keeps getting all the attention she claims she don't want, but thrives on, and as long as she gets away with filing frivolous lawsuits, then yes, she'll be there real soon. She's not far behind. But come on, man. He got busted. He's looking at some time. He's got the sub count, therefore it's ignored or justified. You know what? I, Granny's watching. I kind of agree with that. Look up 2015 controversy with his sport blog. I sure will. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Oh my Lord. Because I'm putting together a whole 2-part series on this cow. I can't even do him in a 1-part. He needs a 2-part. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget it, but I'm definitely going to look it up. I don't understand the support. I mean, I guess each to his own, though. Each to his own. Not my cup of tea. I'm not going to be interfering in no case. I'm not going after witnesses. I'm not going after police officers. Like I said, you can draw, with his audience, he can draw attention to it right here on the YouTube streets without going real life on people or interfering. And that's interference. I mean, and the glare is just backing him up 100,000%. Okay. There's that Sonny Brown top. Yeah. They went after you, Blank Stream, for emailing a mod, but they are okay with Turtleboy. Make that make sense. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Blank Screen. Yeah, that makes no. Yeah. Emailing somebody also is not doxing somebody. I mean, Jesus. Okay. Do you think we talked enough for anybody? Did I miss anybody? Hey, Tia. Yeah, my lighting's bad out here. I thought it would be better since I'm out, but I am under the patio roof because half our patio is covered. So if it rains, the pool part's not covered. It's just screened in. But I could take you all to the pool, but I'm afraid I'll drop my damn laptop in the pool. Then what? I went through a nightmare to get this one. The glare wants his audience. Possibly. The ass kissing was cringe. I left. I'm not gonna lie. I left. And Chasing doesn't have to answer for this, but she demanded Queen to answer for her text. Make that make sense. You can't. You can't. I was honestly surprised with some of the things Chasing said. I really was. I mean, I don't know her. I've only watched her. But I was really surprised. Dolly doesn't agree with Turtleboy, or is he just mad he is a Turtleboy? Exactly. Turtleboy's getting the attention, and let's face it, he's got a better looking turtle. How is sending a harmless email and a funny meme to someone going real life? It's not. That's not in my book. That's not. I like to open up emails and get funny memes and laugh at them and stuff. That's not going real life. Yeah, but I'm outside. And the sun comes and goes. I could turn. Let me turn. I don't know if that'll. I don't know if this light will help any, but I can turn it on. Hold on 1 sec. I got it. What I can do is probably move down some and get more in the sun. Oh, I can't wait to get this long ass hair cut off. Just 2 more days of this shit. And this whole thing right here is gone, Jack. Tomorrow, wait, is it tomorrow or Monday? Now I can't remember if it's tomorrow or Monday. One of us has an appointment tomorrow, and one of us has an appointment Monday. I don't know which one's my daughter's and which one's mine. But yeah, this is getting cut the hell This long shit. Bye. Can't believe I made it through summer and didn't get my hair all cut off. I let it grow all year. I cut it once a year. I mean, I get it trimmed, but I mean, I cut it, and in a year, my hair will be just as long. It grows so damn fast and it's so thick, and my glasses are broke. My son broke them, but yeah, that really didn't help much, did it, with the lighting? No. Yeah, I gotta hook up my light out here, I guess. As long as the sun quits moving and I don't move, I don't care. Y'all can see me. Uh, I've cammed up before. It's just today I wasn't lazy and actually put on a little bit of makeup, but you can't even see it with the light. A little bit. Didn't mean to gross you out getting closer. Let's watch some of this. Um, and I really didn't want to talk about Betty today, but yo, stop playing. I actually clipped a couple little things out of her live this morning. I didn't listen to the whole thing because I was busy, but I didn't get a chance to upload it to YouTube yet, so I can't play it. And I'm on Restream, so it doesn't play well through OBS, which you have to record on. But this Turtleboy thing, I mean, she made some points, though. I got to give her that much. She made some points about this dude. But the thing is, you're a hypocrite. You're a total freaking hypocrite. You cannot sit up there and slam him for some of the same exact things you do. But okay. But at least she did tell him he was wrong. I give her that much. Could you see them two going at it? He'll come out and do live about her. She'll come out and do live about him. That'd be a battle, huh? I think he's got bigger things on his plate, though. Bigger things. Let me fast forward to her. Oh, I can't stand these ads. One of these days, I'm going to win the lottery. Just enough so I can pay like a year of StreamYard and a year of YouTube with no ads. No, I'm kidding. Um, I'm getting my YouTube back. Hopefully, this video will play. I'm using Restream, and sometimes the videos can be super choppy. So, you guys are going to have to let me know if it's choppy, because to me, it'll sound good, but to you, it might not. So, yeah, I didn't agree with nothing that Upchurch said about Kylie. I didn't. I honestly didn't watch a lot of it because it disgusted me. I I can't co-sign the stuff he did either. I can't. He was wrong. Wrong is wrong. It don't matter who you are. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm putting a cigarette in my mouth. Hey, Gma. Hey, Maria. Maria, I get on my glasses on. Let me put them on. They're broke, but I can still see a little bit. Banana. People sat on Queens the other day and spread so much information about the Karen Reed case. Yeah, yeah. Hills was up there. Yeah, Hills does. She knows a lot about. Hey, Skip to my Lou. Okay, we're gonna get into this, and I'm gonna try to be really super nice. I don't normally bully Betty. I've never bullied Betty, and I could care less about her real life. I got my own real life to worry about. Hell, I don't have time for anybody else's. But I am gonna laugh, and I am gonna call her out. So if you get offended, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm not even trying to offend her. I'm just trying to correct her. And I can show you clips to back up everything I'm saying. They're not only on my channel, but I can bring them up on other channels. I mean, they're within seconds reach. And I just did one the other night where she claims she didn't do anything to, doesn't do anything to victims and their families, but yet I showed plenty of it. I'm going to fast forward through her long intro that is her TikTok videos. Don't want to see it, and her fake content. Okay, guys, I'm going to start the video, so let me know if it's choppy. Hey, Headstones, how are you?
Good morning, Still Crime Podcast.
Hey, Mac. I hope you have a good Friday. You had a good week, Headstones. My son's on his first field trip today. He's 5.5. He was so excited, and I provided all the snacks. They're having a pizza picnic at the park. First, the police are coming with their cruisers and their canines, and the kids get to go through the cruisers and, all that. And then they're going to the park across the street and having a pizza snack lunch. And then they're going to the fire station. And he's just so thrilled. Oh, I know Chasing doesn't support the stuff he does. I mean, I've heard her say that, the stuff he's done. She was more referring to the facts of this case. I don't really know if she was because I know she doesn't support his antics. At least that's what she stated in And this case seems to have people split. And honestly, I was one way, and then I did some more digging, and then yeah. I'm still like, I don't think she should have been charged with murder. I just don't. And this is just my opinion. If she is guilty of anything, I think it was an accident. I don't think it was done on purpose. But there's still a lot I want to learn about the case. Actually, when they go to trial, but I don't know. Having all those officers shoulder to shoulder in the back of the courtroom, you don't think that's intimidating in full uniform? I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be intimidating to me. Maybe not. But I am going to turn off my camera just for a second here because I really don't want you guys to see me smoking. I don't want to make
November. I have to say, for me personally, some of the conduct he did is extreme. In my opinion, he's got a lot of problems he's going to have to deal with. He might be popular now, but that's not going to help him. He's got to face the judge. And it's, it's just watch and we'll discuss.
Water is facing charges that he harassed and intimidated when interviewed about the death of a Boston police officer during a snowstorm. WBC's Christina Hager's live.
You guys know what this is referring to. This is actually referring to the Karen Reed trial. We barely, we touched on it a little bit just to say it was going on, but we didn't really dive into the case or the facts of the matter of this particular Karen Reed case. She's accused of running her boyfriend over, or backing a car into her boyfriend. She's saying she's set up. So this is that case, and it like I said, it's a problem for me.
Stowe tonight. Prosecutors say that harassment included sending message witnesses.
And Lisa, in court here, he wore a sweatshirt that said "Free Karen Reed." In the end, the judge allowed him to leave the courthouse without having to post any bail. And when he did, there was applause. The man behind the online blog known as Turtleboy, Aiden Kearney, outside the Stoughton courthouse, where he had faced a judge moments earlier, arraigned on 9 charges of intimidating witnesses in a different case, the Dedham murder trial of Karen Reed. This latest twist had him shouting,
"And I will not be silenced, and we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed."
His followers flagged on vehicles passed by, while inside a prosecution accusations laid out in hundreds of pages of court documents.
This is where I just want to break into this conversation just a little bit before we hear what he is accused of. So the whole thing of the road signs, getting people to honk, all that stuff, all that stuff, not covering things and believing somebody is innocent. Not a problem for me. I don't think it's a problem for, sorry, my microphone's up a little too high. I think it's a problem for anybody, right? No problems. But that is not the crux of this case. Let's listen.
Reading excerpts from Kearney's blog directed to witnesses.
Now, I have no problem with you being on your own blog talking, because, you know, when we're talking here, I talk to people here. I see nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing in my mind that says speaking on your own channel, either directly to, because there's no guarantee that they're watching. So that really doesn't, there's nothing wrong with that. That's going to be hard for them to say. To me, that is his First Amendment right, and that is hopefully not what they're standing on. But I've already watched this, so you just stay tuned.
You guys should just stop public. Go. Going out in public. It's only going to get worse from here. I know where you all were today.
The masked Lord.
Now, saying, I know where you all were today. That could be construed as very, very creepy. But depending on when that was, could there have been a court hearing? Could have been something more general than that, just basically, because there's been times here, depending.
Is the video really choppy? Yeah, I can see you guys. You can't see me? Let me stop sharing here. Can you all see me now? Did I turn the settings down too low? Why won't it let me? It won't let me turn the settings down. Let me try turning it up. See what happens. That didn't make a difference. All right. Can you guys hear and see me now? Hey, Nikki. All right. Let me see if this will, now that I've changed the settings again. If not, then I'm just going to play the audio. Because there's nothing else I can do. It's restream. And they want to know why I won't sign up for a paid service with them. I'll stick to StreamYard. Thank you.
Because this is written. Obviously they're going to have to play this for the jury, depending on how his vocals came out. As was it more intimidating or was it more of cautionary? For example, there's been many times that we've said on this show. For example, I think a good example would be Michael Monkey Vaughn. Randy Neal. There was a lot of chaos going on, and I remember at one point saying, I hope the parents and the families are staying off social media. But it wasn't.
What? When have you ever said that, Betty? You've drugged these parents up and down around the and back. What are you talking about? You would give anything to have them on your channel. You're such a hypocrite.
Like intimidation, like you better stay off social media. It was more of precautionary.
Okay.
Like I.
If it stops, I'm just gonna shut the camera down and just play the audio. There's nothing else
I don't want them seeing the stuff that's going to go on. It's more of a protective type of.
Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Oh God, I hate this computer right now. No. Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna play the audio. I've done everything I can do with Restream to make it sound better, and with Restream, it's a crap shot. You never know if you're gonna get it to play or if it's gonna be choppy as hell, and it's choppy as hell. Which kind of ruins it, but oh well. Nothing else I can do. I can't switch it over to StreamYard now, but I should have. I should have just
When you order from
upgraded my
Domino's,
plan with
or just
StreamYard
pizza for
and
$6.99 each. You can get special
not even pissed with it. All right, let's see where we were here.
Stuff. I don't necessarily think that was the way this went, but just to let you guys know, he's reading something in a very monotone voice versus actually hearing the way it actually was said out of the person's mouth. That's all I'm trying to caution everybody.
And let me see if I can just.
online following by Karen Reed's claims that she was framed in the murder of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe. She's accused of.
Can you guys hear that? Okay, it was better. The video was better. Or you just the video was better, or the Claire agreed. Granny's watching. I went over. Wow, Claire, thank you for coming in. For hours, her whole stream was easily the most hypocritical display I've seen on YouTube yet. Yeah, it is. The audio is better. Okay, I'm just gonna play the audio then. Restream. Does anybody know anything about Restream? Is there anything else I can do? I mean, I've done the settings as low as I can get. Restream. Uh-huh. Whoa. Mm. Okay. That's in this scenario, Betty. You, however, have been on private property. You have trespassed on people's private property. And then lied and said you didn't, but there's video evidence that you have. So you don't clearly understand what the law means either. We, okay, but whoa, because it's owned by we the people, that's the appropriate place. But you go to people's homes with a frickin' bullhorn and you scream some of the most awful things you can say to a human being. You play music of a baby crying while they're looking in the landfill for the remains of a baby. You went to parents' job site who have a missing child, who had other children to support and take care of. And you went there with the intentions of causing a scene and getting him fired. And congratulations, you succeeded. You should pat yourself on the back that you interfered so bad in that that man and his wife got fired. You talk about not messing with people's jobs. You've done it. Remember the Ashley Furniture Store manager? Remember the creators you threatened? Remember how you went after Crude AF's family? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Betty. Yeah. Oh my God. You have no problem with it because you do the same things. And that's just my opinion. Why are you? Tell me. Please tell me. Hmm. And you haven't done that? You haven't done that. Okay. Betty, what do you think going to someone's job site was doing? What do you what do you think being outside with a bullhorn screaming is doing? You remember the babysitter? You and that friend of yours, the one that wears the knockoff store trash bags? I'm sorry, we're not supposed to bully. I'm not trying to bully her. Truth is truth. Anyway, now I lost my train of thought. You guys paying that babysitter? You don't think that had anything to do with the stuff she was telling you? And then didn't she even come out and say you guys were wrong about some of your photos and stuff? Okay, Bets. You going and talking to potential witnesses is the same. Oh, thank you, Granny's watching. No audio? Is the audio back? No, I'm just having a hard time with Restream today. Sorry, guys. Yeah, guess what Beth's is saying? Sorry. Restream is just not being my friend today. Hey, TT. Hey, Beulah. EC. Mona Lisa. Can you hear it now? All right, I'm going to do it this way then because it keeps going out with. No, okay, I'm going to do it this way then. I'm going to close this out and I'm just going to do it on my iPad because I don't know what's going on with Restream. It's just not freaking working. I'm over it. I will never use Restream again. You can bet today I will be upgrading my StreamYard plan. I should have did it before I went live. I should have known better. But yesterday, Restream actually worked. Not today.
Accused of having a civilian police dispatcher in Avon run some of those witnesses' license plates for him.
Now you know why I have a huge problem with some of his conduct. Again, if true.
That dispatcher is placed on paid leave, and Kearney has been ordered to stay away from the witnesses involved. Live in Stoughton.
Can you guys hear it now?
Oh,
Safari Dream, hey, it's good to see you. How are you? Long time no see. Good to see you. Can you guys hear it now at all?
I was actually thinking because you know what was funny is as they were talking about Norfolk, and I was thinking that this was all in near you. I really did. I didn't. Apparently, it's in Massachusetts or whatever, but I was thinking that is awfully funny. We got the Turtle Gang and the Turtleboy all in one. That's good to see you, Dolly Vision. It's good to see you. I honestly think you need to go after him for some type of copyright infringement or something with the turtle.
Oh my God.
I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, hey,
So
let's be honest.
Allegations of actively looking up.
Actually, I don't think you're joking. I don't. But you know, you had to bring something into this. But come on, move on.
Stopping talking even after, say, somebody has told you to quit talking to them. Don't reach out to them again. If you're then every time they look up you're there, you're committing a crime. You're committing a crime. And if all these things are true, and he's now engaging in calling people and that was if that's what he said to him, to that that man's wife, that can be construed to me as a threat.
Hi, literally Davis fam.
I have to say,
Okay, what's going on in chat? I missed something. See, that's the only thing about Restream. When you do it this way, you gotta back up. Maybe I'll just play it on my phone, but my phone speaker sucks. Thank you for the super chat, Granny's watching. You didn't have to do that so that I seen you. I'm just slow at reading chat. You regret telling her? I have to back it up. I can't see it on my phone, but I can see it on my iPad. Yeah, today is the 13th. I was really second guessing myself playing this on Friday the 13th. But let's get into this. I'm playing too much. This is really low on my phone.
January of 2022, outside the Canton home of another police officer. Kearney has staged rallies at her hearings, calling it.
Now again, I have no problem with any of this conduct. To me, this is why we have a constitution, because this is what they say the rules are, right? They say if you want to do this, this is what the rules are.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be on private property. You got to be on public property because you as the public own that. So they're outside of a courthouse. That courthouse is owned by we the people. Therefore, that is the appropriate place to do that. Sidewalks, appropriate place.
Hey, Running Bear. Hey, Selena.
So nothing so far I have a problem with, other than even the conversation
Kendra.
out of his mouth on his own channel, saying some things, even if it was derogatory or intimidating in nature, because there's no guarantee that any witnesses are actually watching that production. So far, everything mostly I agree with so far. Okay, so why am I saying he went too far?
Why are you? You agree with it because you do the same behavior. In my opinion.
He went further, publicizing witnesses' private information.
Wow.
And there you have it.
Oh, we already seen this part. Sorry.
And saying this.
Now, even in a
Attorney Robert Novak, also special charge in the office.
Betty. Never mind. I'll get it afterwards.
I do, Your Honor. I have a number of requests for conditions of release. We're Commonwealth is requesting cash bail.
You know, you're right.
$1,000.
Kathy, you're right about Friday the 13th. I didn't think about that before using Restream. And I was just so thrilled that it worked right last night. I was just so excited because it hasn't in forever. I just really thought it would do it again today. So I left my bank card in the truck this morning. I didn't even grab my purse out of the truck. And my husband went to work, so I don't have it to call and order and pay for it.
BS monitoring. Stay away from all witnesses.
Wow, they're going to have him on a monitor too. He probably, if he's getting this aggressive, in all fairness.
Well, I hope you have a good appointment, Scorpio Sting. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you.
I have to say that it's probably, it's probably warranted in this matter.
100 yards. And that would be with the exception of court appearance that the defendant is required to attend if other witnesses are present. We're asking for 100.
I'm not sure where he's from, Dolly, but it appears that all this is going on in Massachusetts. Let me just see here. Maybe I can get an article here. I could even be wrong about that. No, it's Stratton, Massachusetts. A Massachusetts man known as
Massachusetts,
Turtleboy
Betty.
News. So it's Massachusetts. Not too far though. I mean, I can't. You're kind of up there in that general area, but that's where it's at.
Stay away from witnesses' homes, businesses, places of employment, and schools. We're
Wow.
asking for no contact with witnesses by phone, text, email, or otherwise, either directly or indirectly. We're asking that the defendant, through his blogs and internet use, not encourage or not encourage any of his blog followers to call or visit or otherwise intimidate or harass witnesses.
Oh, so you mean that somebody that has a channel can incite their audience to do things, to do their bidding?
Yeah, you do it.
Interesting. I believe that. And they're encouraging, they're using the court to encourage them to put a kibosh on it. Granted, it's in a criminal case with a murder investigation, but just, you know.
Betty, and you're trying to tell me you never did that? Didn't you have people, including you, do all kind of reviews on Crude's family's business? Didn't you have them go after his family member's business? Didn't you? Okay. I agree. He shouldn't do it. He went way too far, in my opinion.
I throw that in there.
Making aware this defendant has a blog with a rather large following, and that will get to the root of the case itself, but it appears that in the past he has.
You are muted. Please, you are unmuted.
Appears in the past he's encouraged.
I'm telling you, I think in that big ass coffee cup she drinks every day, I think there's something in there that causes delusions. Because, man, this whole video, delusions.
His followers take various actions with respect to witnesses in this matter. We're asking that there be no harassment of witnesses or their families, no intimidation of witnesses or their family members.
Right.
We're asking that he not on his blogs or otherwise encourage his blog followers to photograph witnesses, their families, their homes, etc. As Your Honor, we'll hear from
Do you guys want me to fast forward through some of this court stuff since you, hey, Sofa King, since you all have already heard it, and just get on to the Betty? Does she have a normal, friendly conversation? She thinks she's such a professional. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's a professional, all right. I'll be nice.
Presented by the Commonwealth's argument, the defendant has shown up at sports games, attended or.
Wait a minute. Did he just say that he actually? So he really did go to the sports games? Wow. And you don't think that's going too far? How is that not going too far? How's that okay? You're a YouTuber. You're not an investigator. I don't know.
By children of witnesses and has made scenes there.
Now, this to me is going too far.
Oh.
This is going too far. You're talking about an active trial.
Mm-hmm.
And him showing up at witnesses' children's games.
I agree with you.
This is what I have a problem with.
I agree with you 100%. However, Betty, how many homes have you showed up and acted a fool and was a heckler on the street and was a nuisance and interfered in open, active investigations? How many? I'll wait. I can list several, you know.
Too far. Absolutely too far.
I think you all go too far.
Absolutely too far. It is one thing when a case is breaking and you're just trying to get out there and get as much information and get as many interviews as possible.
Wait,
That's
no.
You know, talking to...
I got to mute a minute. I got to call. Sorry. No, Betty, no. Okay. I got. Did she really? Let me replay that.
In the past, he has, Keith did not enter 34.
Then he may have to actually pay with, some of his time because of his actions.
You don't have a right to go out and talk to potential witnesses during an active open investigation. That's what you don't understand. You don't have a right to go out there and talk to people that are potential witnesses, like y'all did with the babysitter, like y'all did in the Wells case, like y'all did with the Gabby Petito case, like you're doing in Layla's case. You don't have a right to go out and interview anybody with an active open investigation. It doesn't make it right because the trial didn't start yet. You're not an investigator. And quite honestly, you're not even the real legit media. I mean, let's be real. Let's be real, Betty.
And he's so emotional that he hasn't come to grips yet with the fact that he's gone too far.
You're still not peeping today, but listening. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for saying hi. I get it. There's days like that. I totally get it.
Well, it's that he precluded or prohibited from attending those sports games, school or otherwise, to harass witnesses.
And see, this is what really ticks me off that people don't see. This shouldn't even be a factor. This should not even have to be said. These people should know that you don't go to the school events, school sports, or to the schools, or to the families, or to anybody. You don't do that, period. I'm sorry, but in my book, that's wrong, and that's going too far.
There'd be no mentioning by names or other forms of identification of the witnesses on his blogs, Twitter, YouTube, etc. When I say witnesses, I'm also talking about the victims in this case, Your Honor. The victims in this case all being witnesses in another matter that the Commonwealth will address. Certainly, this would not preclude the defendant from talking about other cases, but not with respect to discussing the witnesses and their family members, etc. We're asking that he have a stay-away order from D&E Pizza, and that he be precluded from encouraging his blog followers from harassing and intimidating that business, that he not contact witnesses, family members, schools, sports teams, coaches, etc. He has done that.
And I also, again, want to remind the audience that this is an active trial, an active case. This person has been arrested. This person is before the courts. This is an active court hearing.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, any reaching out to witnesses, families, those types of interviews and stuff, unless you have already made a connection with them and have an open line of communication, you should not be trying to intercept anything.
No. You shouldn't be reaching out to families and witnesses' families, period. There shouldn't. If you have a line of communication with them, it's because you've already reached out. That's what you're not getting, Betty. It's not ever okay. You guys are not investigators. You are not law enforcement. You're not investigative journalists. And honestly, they would, well, I can't give mainstream media too much credit. But yeah, no, it's not okay. In any circumstance, it is not okay. You didn't get it that in Georgia, that was the main suspect in a murder of a child, and you didn't see what you were doing as interference? You had no right to go talk to anybody.
This is an active court case at this point.
Hey, Forgotten. Hey, Glow. Yes, it is an active court case. They all look at what you did to the Wells case. Look at how you mucked that up. And the Petito case. And there's just the Kathleen Moore, how you took credit for stuff you had nothing to do with. Oh God, it's you don't get it. You don't get it. You just don't get it.
Be not photographed or video witnesses at home or work, and that also goes to taping, Judge. And be not contact the place of work of the witnesses or victims.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a large number of facts I would like to make the court aware of. I apologize for the time subject. There are 9 complaints before Your Honor. Some of these facts apply to all. If I could just read that section to the court once or recite those facts and then deal with them individually. Thank you, Judge. Your Honor, on the morning of January 20th, 2022, a gentleman by the name of John O'Keefe was found unresponsive on the front lawn of 34 Fairview Drive in Canton, Massachusetts. He was transported to Good Samaritan Hospital where he was pronounced deceased. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner determined the cause of death to be blunt force to the head and hypothermia. Evidence was presented to the Norfolk County Grand Jury that indicated on the night of January 28th, 2022, Reed and O'Keefe were at 2 Canton restaurants, C.F. McCarthy's and the Waterfall, where they met friends. And this is Karen. After the Waterfall closed and shortly after midnight, Karen Reed and Mr. O'Keefe were invited to 34 Fairview Drive, Road in Canton. Witnesses stated Reed and O'Keefe did not enter 34 Fairview Road. The Norfolk Grand Jury indicted Karen Reed on second-degree murder, motor vehicle manslaughter while operating under the influence of alcohol, and leaving the scene of a motor vehicle crash, causing death. The indictment alleges that Karen Reed struck O'Keefe with a motor vehicle and left the scene, and the case is currently pending in Norfolk Superior Court as docket number 2282 CR 117. The lead-in investigation. For the record, there are many people
I didn't even know it was muted.
attending this hearing via Zoom. We're doing the best we can to keep them all muted. When you hear some random utteration like you just did, that's from someone who has not yet been. Thank you, Judge. The lead investigator for the investigation I've just described is Trooper Michael Proctor of Massachusetts State Police, assigned to the Norfolk State Police Detective Unit. Trooper Proctor testified before the grand jury and continues to conduct investigative work on the case. Michael Proctor is married to Elizabeth Proctor.
I'm not, because I'm still looking into everything with this case. I'm not gonna go either. Hey, T. Marie. Hey, Sticky. Halloween baby. Hey. Yeah, she'll never get it. They will never find Summer because of her. Could be JLR even calls people spectators. That's all BHB and crew are. Yeah. If you guys want me to fast forward through the court stuff, I will, but to get to her.
Not only the investigation, but a family member, as mentioned in Chapter 268, Section 13B of the General Laws. During the investigation into O'Keefe's death, witnesses were identified, interviewed, and testified before the grand jury. These civilian witnesses were present with O'Keefe and Karen Reed in the hours leading up to O'Keefe's death and his discovery on January 29th, 2022.
Okay. I just find it hard. I don't know. I'm finding it hard to believe that she purposely did this and purposely knew that he was so severely injured that he would lay there and pass away, and stuff. I don't know. Right now, I just can't wrap my head around that with what I've known in the case. I don't know.
The following. Matthew McCabe was interviewed by investigators. Matthew was with O'Keefe and Reed at the Waterfall restaurant before O'Keefe's death and observed an SUV believed to be that of Karen Reed in the front of 34 Fairview Road and testified at the grand jury. Jennifer McCabe was interviewed by investigators. Jennifer was with O'Keefe and Reed at the Waterfall restaurant before O'Keefe's death, observed an SUV believed to be Reed's in front of 34 Fairview Road.
Okay, let me read this comment. I see a good comment from Mona Lisa. The general public will eventually become hip to this BS that YouTubers try to be investigators and they won't talk to them anymore. She's basically ruining that for the decent ones. Yeah. You can't interfere. And you can't get on here and scream like a banshee and accuse people of doing the most horrific things when you have no factual based evidence. You just can't.
Was with Reed when O'Keefe was found unresponsive and testified at the grand jury. Brian Albert, interviewed by investigators. Brian was with O'Keefe and Reed at the Waterfall restaurant and the homeowner of 34 Fairview Road testified at the grand jury. Julie Albert, the wife of Christopher Albert, was interviewed by investigators. Julie was with O'Keefe and Reed at the Waterfall restaurant before O'Keefe's death, and she testified. February 10, 2022. Chris was with O'Keefe and Reed at the Waterfall restaurant before O'Keefe's death and testified before the grand jury. Colin Albert was interviewed by investigators. He is the son of Chris and Julie Albert. And Juliana Nagel was interviewed by investigators. She was present at 34 Fairview Drive when people were arriving from the Waterfall restaurant and observed an SUV believed to be that of Karen Reed parked in front of 34 Fairview Drive. In an April 2023 motion filed by Reed's defense attorneys, defense motion for order pursuant to Mass Rule of Criminal Procedure 17 directed to Brian Albert, Verizon, and AT&T, alleged police misconduct and a conspiracy among civilian witnesses to frame Reed for the death of O'Keefe. The motion called Brian Albert a suspect and Jennifer McCabe a conspirator who took calculated steps to purge her phone of this inculpatory evidence. A local blogger, the defendant, Aidan Kearney, had adopted the defense's claims. Kearney runs a series of websites and social media accounts under the name of Turtleboy. The social media accounts include TV Daily News, X, formerly Twitter, with 33,800 followers as of last count. Aidan Kearney.
I will tell you that I checked his count this morning, and his account on his right now is at 46,000
Yeah, so he's gained
plus followers on his Twitter account currently as we're watching this. So he has increased since this quite a bit.
Dr. Turtleboy, X, formerly Twitter, with 44,800 followers. Turtleboy, Facebook with 27,000 followers.
Holy cow.
Turtleboy Live on YouTube with 41,000 subscribers. He refers.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like it's Turtleboy Live on YouTube.
I'm going to speed this up or we're never going to get through it.
So we'll go over there as well.
It was all his Turtle writers. Now, it should be noted that the defendant on many of his sites, his websites or blogs, if you will, has a A section where he's requesting contributions from the public to support his work, if you will. And some indications are that
I'm going to tell you, they're going to lose me every time when they come to the compensation aspect of this. It is a job. He has every right to earn a living. And when they start coming to the compensation, it irritates me. Now, if he's doing illegal things for compensation, that's one thing, and they can determine that, whether he has done that or not. But again, when it comes to these people, they're trying to shame us. First of all, there are many mainstream media people out there that I have watched do very, very questionable things. We've had witnesses. Dolly can even say, there have been times we've been out and we've seen mainstream media do things that I would not do. Okay, period.
Betty. So what you're telling us is it's okay to grift. Okay. And you're trying to tell me that mainstream media has done things that you would never do? Girl, I got to see that footage. I got to see it. I just got to see it.
And they are compensated a hell of a lot more than us here on YouTube.
That's because they're the real media. You're a YouTuber. And there's a big difference here, you know?
I have to say that he's probably, I don't know, getting several $1,000s from each one of his accounts per month, would be my assumption, with 40-something thousand followers on each account. That would be my assumption. So it's not like he's bringing in, $20,000, $30,000 a month. Some of our news organizations are. So I don't want to, I really don't want to hear this you're going to lose me. When you start getting into the compensation, you're going to lose me every single time. You just are.
Okay. Betty, we're really not concerned about losing you. We know what it's about for you, and that's fine. I mean, that can be your living. That's fine. I'm not knocking you for that. But it's the grifting is what I have a problem with. Just letting you know. And again, please show me the clips of mainstream media doing things you'd never do. Because I'm sorry, but I find that hard to believe. Really hard to believe. But okay, we'll go with it. This headset's too big.
No, I don't believe $5 million. You say 5,000 or 5 million?
Yeah, 5 million? That is a lot. I don't know. Is it possible? I mean, 5 million? I guess they're going to have to prove this stuff. But okay. Betty is drooling.
Hold
on.
The indications are that it's been estimated on the internet that he is raising excess of $5 million doing so. So this is apparently a business of his.
I'm in the wrong business, but I'm not willing to jeopardize my livelihood. I'm not willing to jeopardize my livelihood for $5 million. So I'm sorry, but I want to see that.
I beg to differ. Yeah, jeopardize it most days with the crap you do. So you're telling me if someone threw $5 million in front of you, yeah, okay, Bets. You go ahead and run with that.
I don't believe it. I don't believe this man has raised $5 million. We're doing something wrong if he's able to raise that kind of money.
They're going to have to prove it.
Beginning in April of 2023, Finney began posting articles to his website and social media accounts where he adopts.
But what isn't he a published author and stuff too? I mean, it's. I guess it could be possible. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot of money, though.
It makes personal attacks on civilian witnesses and members of their families and their friends. Hearing authors and publishers.
Oh, he's definitely making more than BHB.
The website has a series of articles entitled "Canton Cover-Up." As of September 28, 2023, at least 164 articles have been posted to the website in this category regarding Karen Reed, and there have been additional articles since that date.
Wow,
I'm not sure how he's going to be able to prevent people from writing articles, even 164 articles. Again, this comes down to the freedom of press. So there's going to be some allegations. I think they're using this as background information versus chargeable information, if you will, if that makes sense to you. So they're using this as a background to.
But it also can depend on what's in those articles, Betty. Defamation, slander, fraud. grifting. It all depends what's in those articles. It really, really does.
They're charging, as opposed to these being allegations that are chargeable. So hopefully that makes sense.
Many post speaking videos to YouTube where he has discussed Karen Reed and made statements regarding witnesses. Below are a small selection of the verbal statements made by Karen in these videos that have been published to followers and are publicly available for viewing without being a subscriber or follower and have been archived by investigators. Episode 594, Turtleboy returns to Canton. This is a video posted shortly after Karen visited homes of witnesses. This is not my last trip to Canton. I will be back. I'll be back. Get used to this. These people think, these people think I'm fucking around. You haven't seen the last of me. Get used to it. Get used to it at the 119 mark. Episode 598. Karen Reed defense files motion to recuse.
Hey, you know what? I actually believe that coming from him. I believe, and I still think that even though he's been arrested and charged, I still don't think it's going to stop him. And that's just my opinion, by his reaction when he came out. I think he should have had to post bond because anybody else would have. But his reaction when he came out, I don't think he's going to stop. I just don't. His lawyers are probably not going to be happy with him. He may have to change up lawyers a couple times because, a lawyer's going to get fed up and say, well, dude, we can't defend you if you're out here, yeah.
This guy, Chris Albert, had his head on the swivel looking for turtle riders. I got bad news for you, Chris. I got really bad news for you. They are literally everywhere. You guys should just stop going out in public. It's only going to get worse from here. I know where you all were today. You were in Agawam, weren't you? You guys were at some sort of Little League thing at Agawam. Albert's.
I'm sorry, but in my professional opinion, in my personal opinion, these things are...
What professional opinion are you giving? I'm just asking. You're saying professional opinion. Which profession are we talking about here? Your printed up press badge? Or your unaccredited school it? I don't know. But let us know what profession.
Going too far. I mean, when you're investigating and you're doing an investigative type research, again, that's one thing. That's one thing. This is, in my opinion, entirely going too far. You're talking about him following these people, him sending people out. Like when we were out there, and somebody was in here saying something a little earlier about, I can do. No, we are not actively. When this court, when have you seen me? Brian Koberger's case is in trial. When have you seen me actively reaching out to any potential witnesses for that case? We discussed the case. I will go out there, and if I speak to somebody in person, I do, but I don't go and actually interfere with.
Wait, what? What'd you just say?
Witnesses of a trial. Because I know that they can't speak because they're witnesses.
Wow, Betty. So it's okay if you just talk to a potential witness out in the public. It's okay that you go to someone's job and speak to their coworkers and put them down and accuse them of crimes. What? You do those things. In any open investigation, yet again, I'm telling you, you shouldn't be potentially tainting the witness pool. You shouldn't be. But you have, and you do. Do you ever listen to what you say? Out of curiosity, do you ever just listen and witness yourself what you actually say?
Is at a trial. So he's making turtles look bad. We don't rock with Turtleboy. No, we don't. This is going too far. So what they're identifying here, him commentating on his channel about this stuff, that's one thing. Him going out there and protesting in the roads and getting people together and being outside of the courthouse, again, something totally different. When you start actively engaging in surveilling online and offline key witnesses in an active court proceeding, you are committing crimes. You need to learn the law.
Okay. So, you know the law so well, and you don't think it's a crime to go and talk to potential witnesses in an open, active investigation. Okay. Your flip on this is because it's not actually gone to trial yet. Well, there's hearings and stuff in the Kohlberger case, but it hasn't actually, the real trial has not started yet. Excuse me. And you've been to Idaho, to Moscow, how many times? And tried to talk to people? They didn't want you in that town, did they, Betty? Remember when you and Olive Oil went and tried to find the weapon? That was something else. I tried to get you to climb in one of them dumpsters, but I couldn't even get you to lift the lid. You said you were searching, but you actually never searched anything. But okay.
And trust me, it is ignorance to the law.
I'm coming, Sir Duke.
That is not a defense.
You let my cat out.
Just know that there will be no life as normal is over. Life is normal. You had normal for a while there, from January 29th to about April 2023. You guys literally got away with murder. Stateside of the 8-minute bar. While discussing the video of Chris Albert being confronted outside of a Canton restaurant, we, here in this audience, are getting to them. Chris Albert and other witnesses. When you act this way, that's like the green light from the time to hit the gas. I got pictures of you. You can't leave the fucking country, Turtle Riders. We're gonna find you. They're gonna find you. You can't hide anymore. Your private life is officially over. You leave your house, you're gonna have your picture taken, so you need to get used to the new normal.
Wait a minute.
Your new normal.
And this guy said all this stuff. How is anybody good with that kind of stuff? I mean, how is anybody good with that? I'm confused. Maybe or maybe I just can't wrap my head around it. I don't know. Let me ask. Hey, Twin Thing, I love your name. I remember when she took a hidden camera to interview the downstairs neighbor of Brian Koberger. I felt that put that woman in danger. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey, Truth Hurts. She has them little spy pens, and didn't they even, her and her crew, which I don't think it was actually Betty herself. It was the trash bag wearing one. You know, the one that wears the dollar store knockoff trash bags. I mean, come on, she don't even buy the hefty or the Glad. And I know, and that's not bullying, no. If any of you follow her, you know what I'm talking about with the trash bags. But didn't one of them take a spy pen into a courtroom? And didn't someone go into a funeral and take pictures? Betty, you're no better. That's just it. You do the same antics. You have not gotten to his level as of yet, but you're not far behind. You're really not. I mean, that's just my opinion.
For all the haters out there, I'm sorry, but you have never heard me say that. You may have heard me say that life is as you know it, maybe is over. Not into the sense of we're going to hunt you down and find you. In the sense that this crime has affected your
okay.
ability at this point.
You know what, Betty? I need to play some of your clips from you, from the Petito case, from the Quentin Simon case, from the Wells case, and I'm sure I could go back and even find more. Are you kidding me? You have attacked surviving victims of a brutal crime, a horrific crime. You've attacked that girl to no end.
For example, when Leilani was out of her home, or when Leilani had murdered her son but had still not been arrested, I said something similar to her face. Everything you see here is gone. You know why I said that? Because now they have to pay attorney's fees. They're all going to most likely lose their job because of the stigma of the case. It wasn't threatened.
No, it was threatening and trying to intimidate them. That's why you were spewing the crap and the hate and the god-awful things you spewed out of that bullhorn. How would you like somebody to sit in front of your house while your grandchild's remains are being dug out of a landfill, calling you baby killer and playing the baby crying and then you attack the police And you say anything and everything you can about the police chief. Why he didn't go after you is beyond me, because he damn sure should have. And you still to this day attack that police chief.
Threatening, like, I'm going to take it. I'm coming to get your stuff. It was just an observation.
No,
This man
no,
here is
no. It was not an observation, Betty. You have outright accused people of horrific crimes and said you were going to make sure they're found guilty. You want to see the cuffs on. Come on.
Threats.
Yeah, you make threats.
This is a man that's threatening people. This is
Betty, there's a long list of people you threatened. You get mad because somebody refused you, and the person you threatened and tried to threaten her job and tried to dox her, she was actually one of the nicest people that ever reviewed you. And you were just jealous because she was doing so good and still is. And she was educated, pretty, smart. People wanted to watch her, whether it was you or not, that she was doing reviewing. You couldn't handle that. You couldn't handle she was getting the numbers in chat. She was getting the views. You couldn't handle that. She was surpassing you, and she's a fragment of the subs you claim to have.
going overboard. I'm sorry. It just is. Telling somebody that they committed a crime, you believe that they are committed a crime that you believe that they committed. For example, Don Wells, right? We went out there. There is no proof in the pudding for an abduction, anything like that. I'm just waiting for law enforcement to go put the freaking silver bracelets on both him and Candace, right?
Okay. You're the one saying this. There's no proof. Actually, nobody knows what happened to Summer, but you claim to. There's no evidence against the parents, because if there was, they'd have been arrested a long time ago. You guys tried so bad to interfere in that case, and you succeeded to an extent. And you guys have had people call in so many false tips and waste so much time and resources. It's not funny. But you're good with that kind of behavior, aren't you, Bad? Yeah.
We think he's a murderer. We think he has something to do with his daughter. I don't know if I ever said murderer, but definitely has something to do with
Oh, yeah, you said it. I've got video clips to prove it. In fact, I think even Aguilera played a clip of you saying it. But you even said when you were at his job site talking to his coworkers that they put her in the pond, that he buried his daughter. You said all of those things. Yeah. With no evidence. You have no factual evidence to back up anything you say.
with a daughter. Either way, he is a murderer in my opinion.
Hey, T. Marie.
Right? But when do you see me going after him?
But that's just it, Betty. You want to try to force your opinion, and you don't state it as opinion. You state it as fact. There's a difference. You don't say things as your opinion. You say the words, but you state them as fact. And you have, like I said, no factual evidence to back up any of these claims.
And day out, saying and reaching out to anybody and everybody that he's around. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because somebody had made a comment in our comment section.
No. The reason you keep bringing up the Wells and the Petito and the Simon and all that, because it draws attention. Do you not use all their names and all your hashtags all the time? And Covert, don't you always do that? Grift. The grift.
I can do this. I can promise you, I have never done anything like this.
Oh my God, I just choked. What did you just say? You've never done anything like this? I beg to differ. Only, see, the difference between me and you is I've got clips of you, your own words, to prove it. You don't.
We need to accelerate it. They and the woman who recorded the video of Chris Albert's confrontation are doing a fantastic job with this. Stated at the 24-minute mark. In episode 604, entitled Colin Albert Drops Out of School, Brian Higgins Flipping. It became near. I said from the beginning, I don't want this to go to trial. That is this defendant's words themselves. I don't want this to go to trial referencing the Karen Reed case.
You know who this reminds me of? You want to know who all of this reminds me of? Even, I'm sorry. This reminds me of the crap that Cam, Allie, BK were all doing in the Summer Wells case with the witnesses and everything else like that. This was the kind of shit that they were doing.
What?
In my opinion. Now, I don't know to what tune did they go? You know, was it just talk online? And if it was just the banter online, that's one thing. You know, that's something totally different than putting action behind that. So, I mean, I really don't know. I don't know what they did. I know.
Okay, that's just it. You don't know, and you keep saying that, but here you are talking about it. But what about what you did in the Wells case? Oh, that's right. You and that olive oil, you know, the one that's sneaky conniving behind the scenes, that tries to play, oh, woe is me, I'm so innocent and naive. Yeah, you should are. Anyway, remember the video clip you put up where she was standing there saying it was a peaceful protest? You tell me where y'all peacefully protested at. Because you were at their house acting, at their gate acting like a fool. You went to the job site, you followed them, you stalked them, which you said you don't follow no one around, you don't go after people, but you tracked them down at their job. You had no problem doing that. And you carried on like fools. There was nothing peaceful about it. Oh, I turned my camera back on.
Billboard goes up on Route 1 outside Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. More to follow on his website. The topic of the blog post was about a billboard that read, Free Karen Reed, with a picture of Karen Reed. Kearney praised the organizers of the billboard. In the post, Kearney wrote, thank you to everyone who donated as well. Although millions of people know about the injustice that has happened in Norfolk County, I would bet that over half the population of Norfolk County has never heard of Karen Reed before. That will change because of this three-pronged billboard blitz. It's really time for people in Norfolk County to know about this story because that is where the jury pool will be chosen from. Essentially, Judge, an admission that he's seeking to taint the jury pool in the case.
And that's a problem, guys. I mean, that truly is a problem. You know, I'm sorry, you've never heard these conversations. I have to be honest with you, out of everybody online, I've never heard these conversations from, that is exactly what it sounds like. But I don't think I've ever, I know a lot of people go back and forth, you know, and the clicks and stuff like that, but I've never heard even some of the hate channels go this far. I mean, this is extreme. I've never personally witnessed it. I'm glad I'm not associated with that account, but I don't think I would associate myself with somebody like this. If I would have seen it.
Oh my God. Betty. Yes, you would. If you thought it would get you some subs and some views, girl, you'd be all over that. But you are no different. What about the things? Okay, let's just listen.
Online, I'd have been like, whoa.
I can't.
Whoa. You know, because I think he's going to be in some serious trouble over this. I really do. He's walking out of court, and it's a hoo-hoo and a ha-ha, but I don't think he's going to be hoo-hoo and ha-ha, and when this is all said and done, I really don't.
On June 13th, 2023, Kearney broadcast a live YouTube video, episode 590, which is currently posted on his YouTube page.
Excuse me, sorry about that.
Of Jennifer McCabe from the day O'Keefe was killed. The records displayed names to the phone number, displayed names next to the phone number.
That is a terms of service violation. Like, that's one of the things. You can't have a name and private information like phone numbers, addresses. You can't have a name and like emails with emails and passwords, things like that. This is people's names and telephone numbers being publicly broadcasted. I think anybody could see.
Oh my God. You want to talk about, I thought you didn't agree with terms of service. Oh, didn't you say you have a perfect record with YouTube? That's not true. There's no such thing. But you go on and think your delusions. Didn't you put out a phone number? Haven't you put out people's names, addresses, where they live? You know, the towns they live in? Haven't you went out jobs? Are you kidding me? Is this woman for real? Unbelievable. Wow. The delusion. is it. You know what? This isn't even delusion. This woman is speaking with conviction. She believes what she's saying. She totally, totally believes it.
Problem with that. I think anybody sees a problem with this. Too far. Too far.
These records had previously been an attachment to an unredacted defense motion filed in Commonwealth versus Reed. During the video broadcast, Kearney cold calls the phone numbers without names associated. In this process, he called the work cell phone of Trooper Proctor. Trooper Proctor stated the phone number that made the call was 413-262-69. I'll omit the last two numbers, Judge. Kearney left the following voicemail. Proctor, this award-winning journalist, this is award-winning journalist, Ada Kearney calling. I'm calling to talk to you. I do have some questions about you. I have a lot of questions, actually. For starters, why did you tell me, one, before doing the investigation, that you were good friends with the Albert family? Why did you, in the report, say that you were introduced to Chris Albert on February 10th, when you have known him for more than a decade prior to that? Why did you lie about that? About what time you told Karen to read the card? Why did you intentionally misspell the names of several key witnesses in your report? And you know, I'm just wondering about all those things, and maybe you and I can meet for coffee. Or do I have a lot of questions for you? Where were you inside Fairview Drive that night, or that morning rather? Why did you stay there for 4.5 hours? And what did you guys talk about and do? Why are you standing?
See, those are great. In my opinion, those are great interview questions. There's a time and a place for these types of things. This is not the time or the place. Is the problem.
Yeah. Who's he to ask? That's the only problem. Okay.
Those are, to be honest with you, those are, good interview questions.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a call back, man.
And you think a YouTuber? Oh, never mind, because she really does think so.
You and I have a lot to talk about catching up to. I talk about you a lot. I feel like I know you pretty well at this point. I know what year you graduated from the academy. I know you were out in West Brookfield for a while.
Wow.
I know some people that you know. So give me a call back when you get this.
Wait a minute.
Now that I have you.
So she's okay with this dude doing all this? That stuff is none of his business, honestly. That's not going real life. What?
Number and everybody watching also has your phone number, which again is 781.
That is BS, and again, not something that we will ever prescribe to. Period.
It's not prescribed,
he went
Betty.
too far.
Please learn how to talk. It's subscribed. It's not prescribed. You're not prescribing medication. I used to write scripts every day for doctors, let me tell you. You're not prescribing. You're subscribing, Betty, in case you're interested. I mean, that's basic English. But listen. Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
And again, coming out of
Squirrel, you better get down before my kitty gets you. I already fed you. You get fed later. Trying to get more nuts out of me in the middle of the day. How dare him? I've been feeding this damn squirrel for almost 4 years. And yeah, it's the same one because he has the same scars. And he thinks because it's a screened-in room, the cat can't get him, which he can't because he can't get out. But if this big-ass cat, now I got a cat that's over 30 pounds. He's a big tomcat. He's just big naturally, not just overweight, but I mean, he's just big. He could just jump right through that screen and get him a squirrel, but he doesn't try.
That hearing, he's being applauded for going too far. There's one thing, and I've said this before. I don't know if you guys remember when we were at Tennessee, in Tennessee, covering the Summer Wells case. There was an abortion clinic that was burned to the ground, and I went out there. And many of you guys know that I'm a Christian. I have my beliefs, just like everybody else has their own personal beliefs that are for them. But even in my own personal beliefs, I would never advocate something like that. That's not avocation for me. That was putting people's lives in danger. Those houses around that building were all wood. They could have literally set the entire community on fire. They did not care. And I'm sorry, that's going too far. That's not avocation. That's not nobody I want to be associated with. And this is one of those situations where this guy is becoming dangerous and is intentionally interfering with a active and an open court case.
Okay. It's no different, and I agree with you with burning down that clinic. That's That's not appropriate behavior. Do I think that you'd run from the person, Betty, you associate with the Proud Boys? I need to say no more about that. Anyway, I'm looking at her chat, and I am really surprised that people are agreeing with what she's saying. I guess I shouldn't be. But Betty, being an active, open investigation or a court case, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't interfere in any of it. But you do. You have, and you will continue. Because this is who you are. It is what it is.
It's dangerous. This could cause a mistrial. What this man is doing is wholly and totally inappropriate and totally and wholly dangerous to this case.
Let me reach out a little bit. Her stupidity coupled with her posturing really irks me. Yeah. Are creators stats as far as TOS breaches public info? I don't know. I don't think so. But I don't know. Why is she injecting that though to virtue signal? I see. I'm a good person. I would never. Blah blah blah. Yeah. I don't know what she was drinking. What possessed her the morning of this live. I don't know if she thinks there's somebody watching her that would. I tell you, during this live, my mouth actually hung open a few times. I was like, huh?
This is bad.
Yeah, it is bad.
And remain with the number. So I'd like to know. She called you again. You called her at 12:49. We're going to get to that. So now I have your number.
Oh, you're back,
We'll plug you in and
Scorpio.
we'll talk soon. Essentially, broadcasting the Troopers number to his turtle followers, if you will, seemingly with the intent to have them also harassed. As a result of the cell phone, the number being broadcast.
Yeah, read a couple more comments. Pot, meat, kettle. Like, aren't we supposed to get the blank out of our own eye before trying to get the stick out of someone else? Yeah, you got that right. Wait, what did you say? When she posted a copy of non-violation, she didn't post the claim. Oh, of course not.
Trooper began to receive random harassing text messages and voicemails. In the 12 hours following Kenny's calls, Trooper received approximately a dozen text messages, phone calls, and voicemails. The content of the calls and messages pertained to Trooper Proctor's alleged involvement in conspiracy and called for his termination. Trooper Proctor had to change his work cell phone number to avoid the constant unwanted calls and messages. Michael Proctor is married to
and you can think that this is, you know what? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay, who turned on subscriber only mode? What's going on? We got trolls. Oh, never mind. I'm looking at Betty's chat, not my own. Sorry. Anyway, she turned subs only on. A moderator did. Huh? Halfway into the live. I wonder why. I wonder why. But how did he think it was okay to put all this information out about law enforcement officers? I just don't know how he even thought that was okay.
On May 9th, 2023, Danny authored a post about Elizabeth. A video was attached to the post. The video depicts a cell phone screen of an Apple iPhone. The user of the cell phone dials the cell phone number of Elizabeth, which is displayed on the screen. Danny further writes, I can think of two people who deserve to lose their jobs over this. Alleged conspiracy about Karen Reed, though. Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor. These two lowlifes think they're untouchable. They're nothing but bullies who terrorize people for years, but now they've met their match, meaning the defendant. In the post, Karen states, Elizabeth works as a human resource manager, and I'll omit the place of employment, and posts the main number for the company.
I gotta speed you up.
But you're probably not going to reach out in that way, so feel free to leave a review on their wide open Facebook page or their Twitter account. On May 10th.
So now you're actively publicly engaging in having somebody go in there and cause intentional harm to somebody's Facebook company. It's, This is everything that we absolutely 100% denounce.
What?
This kind of conduct is there. It's not welcomed here.
What?
It's not welcomed here.
What?
I'm sorry, it's just not.
You haven't done that? You haven't went to people's Facebooks? Isn't that where you got your videos from the Idaho 4? What? You go after people's Twitters, their Facebooks, anything you can to track them down and find out who they are and put their information out. You went after people's businesses. What are you talking about? What the hell alternate universe did you wake up in this morning? You know Charlie? I think you know Charlie. Or do you know the machines? Do you have a Roomba? Or, the knockoff Roombas? Which they work better, I hear. I want one. I'm tired of sweeping floors 3 times a day. But, yeah, I OCD over my floors. Anyway. Betty. I can't. Oh.
This 2023 that's a live YouTube video, episode 580, which is currently posted on his YouTube page.
Okay. The mod turned on members only or subscribers only. And nobody's chatting but her mods.
6-second mark. Kenny talks about risk. He states he was going to call it. He repeated a cell phone on the broadcast, a cell phone number on the broadcast, as he was entering the number to a cell phone. Using the speakerphone option on a cell phone, Kenny broadcasted the phone call. The phone call went to voicemail. Elizabeth stated the call came from 413-262-69 on the last two. Kenny left the following message. Hi, Elizabeth. This is Aiden Kenny calling you back from Turtleboy. We briefly spoke yesterday on the phone. I introduced myself to you, and then you hung up on me. Or maybe there was a bad connection. But I just wanted to see how your day at work.
See, that's just wrong. Now you're interfering with somebody's business. Going too far. And obviously the police
my God.
And prosecutor believe that as well.
Okay. And you're a hypocrite, Betty. That's why the thumbnail was hypocrisy. Totally explains you. Because you've done exactly that. It's wrong for both of you. That's what you're not getting here. It's wrong for all of you to do that. And you're guilty of it. Instead of owning it and saying, I've made that mistake, but I've learned from it and I moved on. No, I would never. All the while, you're doing it. You're doing exactly what you say you would never. But okay.
Is it awkward? Were you afraid to go in? Just tell me about your day and why, because that's the part I don't understand, is that you seem to be okay with calling other people's workplaces and interfering with their ability to make a living for themselves. But when it happens to you, maybe it's not as fun, maybe it's not as fun. Do you like that? That's what I want to know. Do you like that? Because you've been doing that to a lot of other people. And do you understand what happened to you, dear? Do you regret it? Do you regret it? And what's your scumbag husband up to now? Are you going to visit him in prison? Do you think they'll have conjugal visits? Please give me a call back when you get this and we can chat some more. Bye, girl.
Wow.
That is just overboard. How many believe that Turtleboy?
Yeah, that's extremely overboard. And yeah, wow. But again, Betty, it's a level that you've stooped to many times. Many times.
Boy has lost his stuff. Put a 1 in the chat. If you think that this is okay behavior, put a 2 in the chat.
They must think it's okay because they're there supporting you.
Absolutely floored.
You're floored.
I may call people on his channel that are acting up scumbags, but reaching out to witnesses, trying to get this guy's obviously not trying to get an interview. He's just trying to be antagonistic and a problem, and a thorn in the side of all these people, and he is intimidating.
Oh,
He's intimidating them with the thought of going to jail. This is a line that is being crossed, that I see being crossed a lot, not just in criminal investigations and cases either. This is dangerous behavior. Dangerous.
You should know. I agree with you 100% about him, but I also know that you exhibited the same behaviors. Dangerous behavior, Betty. I'm using your own words.
This is even 10 times more dangerous because he's actively engaging in an active and open court case.
It's the same as you interfering in an active open investigation. It's Whoa.
Now, again, we're going to put out there if all allegations are true. The supporters of Turtleboy are the only ones that really know whether what this man is saying is true or not. You know, I don't know. I don't watch him.
Okay.
All
right.
Accessing social media accounts.
Then what are you doing a video on him for? If you don't even know what he says. I took the time to go look. Oh my God. For my video, I actually watched many videos of his. Hey, Pecan Pie.
I have to say that I would feel harassed by the acts of tyranny too. And again, this is all stuff that's happening in
So
2023. Remember, Karen Reed was arrested back in 2022. So this is new. This is not old stuff. This is not old behavior. This is active behavior he's engaged in right now.
The Facebook account believed to be used by Karen, which is Clarence Woods Emerson.
Betty, never. I'll wait.
The following message. Anyone in Canton want to take a couple of pictures for me? DM me, please. At 6:53 p.m., the Facebook post was edited with the phrase, update all set day. On September 25th, 2023, at 8:04 p.m., an X account, formerly Twitter, associated with Karen, posted this message and photograph. The post depicts the front of 6 Wentworth Road in Canton, home of Michael and Elizabeth Proctor. The white Jeep Wrangler in the photo belongs to Jennifer McCabe. And there are photographs that are appended to this report I'm reading from, Judge. The following day, Kearney broadcast a YouTube video, episode 617. At the 19-minute mark, Kearney stated that he ran the plates of the vehicle depicted in the photograph.
Exactly. The babysitter, Quentin Simon. They didn't have a problem recording that interview, talking to her, sliding her some money. I'm not saying the money was for the interview. But the point is she was given money. That's the whole point. She was given money. And then didn't she even come out and say that those pictures weren't accurate? Yeah. She's really delusional. I'm old enough to remember BHB publicly disparaging Idaho victims' parents. Many, many other things. Yeah, I just played a video of it yesterday. It was horrific. And I didn't even play all of them because if I take all the clips, it would take me days. I played some of the worst, though, when she went after the Idaho surviving victims. That was disgusting. That was totally... Where'd my phone go? Totally disgusting. She's no better than he is, in my opinion. I gotta get my phone charger.
Kenny showed photographs of 3 vehicles parked at the address. He showed photographs of each vehicle and stated the registered owners of the vehicles by name.
And if you all remember in the Idaho case, before they even arrested Brian, how they would look at people that lived in the area and even post their info and say they were registered, whatever, you know. It's like...
The term ran in regard to a motor vehicle registration is
Wow.
commonly used in law enforcement. The term means the information was queried through law enforcement database for the purpose of obtaining information. Kenny used the information in a blog entitled Kenny Cover Up Part 161. Jennifer McCabe was seen at the Proctor's house at 6 p.m. tonight, despite allegedly not knowing the person. I would parenthetically state, Judge, that it was later determined through an investigation by state police that the dispatcher in the local police department made contact with Kenny and unlawfully and illegally accessed the registry motor vehicles database to provide him with information he was not entitled to.
And I will tell you that is also something that is a first for engagement to me. Anybody that has a position of power and access to our public records, you need a court order, buddy. You can't just sidestep these types of rules. And from my understanding, this was a civilian dispatcher. I'm not sure what's going to happen to her, but I can assume that she's never going to be able to work in another position like this again. I don't know if this is a paid position or a voluntary position, but I have to think with the paid administrative lead, it's obviously a paid position. So she just lost her job for invading someone's privacy. I mean, she's on administrative paid leave now, but we know where it's going. I can't imagine her only getting a small reprimand over this. That is a complete violation of privacy. That is just an abuse of authority. I don't know if your employer could ever trust you to maintain your job properly again.
Betty, are you kidding me? Are you really kidding me? Did you not admit to using your dad's office and your position there to do background checks on people? To look people up? I remember the article being written about it. And you were really pissed at that. You were really pissed about it.
So you can, in a dispatcher, you have to have trust. So now we have a dispatcher that lost her job. Cause problems because he believes Karen Reed is.
She lost her job because she ran her mouth. If this is true, not because of him. She should have never answered anything for him. She should have never given him anything.
Guilty because he believes, because he put it in his brain that she was innocent. He does all this. He does all of this. Avocation, commenting, reporting. There is nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Wanting interviews with people. Nothing is wrong with that.
What?
Stalking them, intimidating, harassing them, calling them day and night, giving them these messages of keep looking behind your back type of he's intentionally inflicting emotional distress on these people when they're already stressed out enough for these cases. That's not avocation. That's going too far, in my opinion.
Oh my goodness, Betty, you're right. It's going way too far, and that's not advocating. However, let's back that up a little bit. You've stalked people, Betty. You've followed people, Betty. You've tried to talk to potential witnesses, Betty, and probably have. You stalked the Wells to their freaking job. Are you kidding me? Is she for real? It's almost as if BHB and DV are elated that they have found someone who is slightly worse than them. You're right. Slightly, but she's getting to that level. She's not far behind. She's going to get there because this just shows she doesn't think she's doing anything. What is wrong with this phone? That she's doing any. Oh, I got to check the school bus. That she's doing anything wrong. Wow, school bus is really behind today. Is it not moving? Is the app not working? No. Okay, the app's working. Alright. But now I lost my video. Okay. I could have swore I just heard the bus, though. Yep, I heard the bus. And the app is saying that the bus didn't get here yet. Let me turn this on and play it while I talk to my kiddos.
Information maintained by the Registry of Motor Vehicles is accessible to law enforcement through the Criminal Justice Information Service. Authorized individuals have personalized access to the CJIS login to accounts. These certification standards include lessons and tests. Continuously assert that CJIS users are trained to the standards and do not disseminate protected private information unless for a legitimate law enforcement purpose. That described in Massachusetts Code of Regulations 803 CMR 7.09. On Tuesday, September 26, 2023, Lieutenant John Fanning of the Massachusetts State Police conducted a CJIS audit to determine if any CJIS user queried the following: Massachusetts registrations. I will omit the registrations at this point, Judge. One is for Matthew McCabe's vehicle, who's Jennifer McCabe's husband. Another is for Michael Proctor's vehicle. Another one for Elizabeth Proctor's vehicle.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he, depending on his, if these are, I haven't looked at the charge sheet, so I don't know if these are felonies or they're misdemeanors. But if this is his first offense and he's not, he's causing problems. Basically, the law enforcement wants him to stop. That's basically what it is. They just want him to stop so they can have a trial, because at the end of the day, Karen deserves a fair trial. And even though he's advocating for her, he's preventing her from having her fair trial. And that's the problem. They just want him to stop. So what I'm trying to say here is, if he doesn't have any criminal conduct in his past, he doesn't have any violence, he hasn't done this before, there's a possibility that they'll put him on probation and keep him out of jail, because at the end of the day, they just want to be able to have this case proceed to trial and proceed to trial properly without any hindrance or outside influence. And that's what we all want.
Put them on the table for Mommy, Kathy.
If she's not guilty, we want her to stay out of jail. His problem is he's got.
Who put you in a pink T-shirt?
The fact that they are driving a narrative of this setup. Well, even in your avocation, it's not going to help with those allegations if you're having them look at you instead of the facts. Instead of being out there intimidating witnesses, why don't you be out there trying to find information that will help support your claim so you can help her defense? This is not helping.
I have to agree there with you. But Betty, it's like pot, meat, kettle. What Was you helping in any of the cases you were involved in, carrying on? Are you helping with passing out misinformation? No.
But in all fairness, Willow, we're going to open up the phone lines too. And I don't, again, I
Well,
haven't
honey.
been paying attention to this case. I don't know the facts of the case at all. This woman very well could have been set up because maybe another one of her friends that was law enforcement, maybe higher up the food chain, actually hit him. I mean, there's a lot of things. I haven't invested a whole lot of time into the Karen Reed case to make a determination for myself whether this was a setup or not. But even if it is a setup, let's take it where, okay, she was set up and she's getting the screws to her. Okay, so let's just say that as the truth. Okay, we're not saying that as the truth. I want to make sure that people coming in here is not saying that I'm making stuff up. Okay, we're just putting this theory to test. Okay, that's all we're doing. We're just testing a theory. So let's say that she is set up. Okay, do you think what he's doing, the conduct he's doing, is helping her prove her case, or is it diminishing the case? Because I would think that all this energy that he's using to attack all these people and to intimidate all these people, he could be using to actually be investigating or uncovering something that may actually help Karen Reed's case, as opposed to spending a whole lot of time intimidating people. I mean, that would just be my theory. Willis says, please look into the case because you're going to be astonished at what's going on. That would be bad if I'm talking about him and I start packing up my bullhorn and driving out of here.
Oh, but you would.
Oh boy. Maybe I need to go out there and show him how it's done. Show him how to lawfully, handle himself and advocate for somebody, because this guy seems misdirected. Just in my opinion, I just don't think it's helping if she's truly set up.
Okay, wait a minute. You're going to go out there and you're going to show him how to lawfully handle the situation. Betty. I have a feeling she may end up jumping into this because of all the attention and stuff it's getting. Only if your sister's going to help you. Ask her. I think she wants to do her puzzle though, Dallas. Anyway, sorry, the kids just got home from school. Whoa, yeah, the last thing he needs is a Betty. Lawful? I've got questions about that.
I don't think this is going to help her. That's all I'm saying. She really was set up. There is definitely work that would need to be done to help, right? No harming, yeah. Right. So it's just this is, I don't know. I just think that this what they're describing here, he's got himself into hot water. He maybe not realizing it yet, but I'm telling you, just from my professional opinion, hearing these types of things, he's got himself into a little pickle here.
6:22:19 p.m.
Oh,
5:43 p.m. and 7:10:44 p.m. respectively.
Betty, take heed. Listen, because this could be you. You could be next if you decide to insert yourself into a case like you have. Just saying. Police, law enforcement, state governments, county governments are all just tired of it. And apparently not taking it anymore. Oh, thank you for gifting a membership. Who got it? Elsie Ward, welcome to Poolside. No, sorry. That was, I was looking at something else. I need to quit reading my phone. Let me close Betty's chat out.
At Domino's, order carry out online or by phone and get any one topping pizza for $7.99.
So we got to get a damn commercial. I hate these ads.
I can't find anything to wear. Let's see if
Nice to know not even the bus app was working today. Nice to know that. So maybe it wasn't. No, it was Restream.
Timo has anything. Okay, this is pretty nice.
I need to turn that fan on. It's so hot down here. Hey, Gina Marie.
It goes on to indicate that the query was made at the defendant's request.
I have to be honest with you, though. This guy, I mean, he was pretty brazen, too, dude. Because, I mean, to be attacking police officers, like, I don't know what this man thought would happen doing this. Let me tell you, we were out in Chatham County. We kept our stuff on the street. We didn't reach out to law enforcement officers. We didn't stalk law enforcement officers. I didn't reach out to council members. I didn't reach out to their home phone numbers. None of this. You know, we do our business lawfully and legally, and we do it as written, right? On public property. We have our bullhorns. We may be loud. We may be having people honk, whatever, honk, 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 right? This.
Oh my God.
Never reaching out to law enforcement.
Betty. Oh my God. Oh, I cannot. I want some of whatever she drank that morning. If it'll make me forget. Yeah. Oh, you have trashed law enforcement up and down, went after a police chief, accused him of hiring prostitutes and everything else. You have trespassed on private property many times, Betty. You're just always lucky enough not to get caught, but you're going to get caught. It's going to happen. And I think you knew you were pushing it. That's why you backed it up a little bit. Also, you don't have the sidekicks to go with you no more. Betty wanted to be as hardcore as T-Boy, but now her reputation precedes her, and she gets stopped before she can start. And she's unsupported money-wise, and that's all that stops her. Yeah. Projection award goes to Bertha. It sure does. She gets all of the above. Raise your hand if you remember when they were implying Chief Hadley had some bad actions in his past. Oh, his past, his current, everything. And she still to this day does it. She still says the same things to this day. Yeah, is that the professional help she thinks Karen needs? Honk, honk, honk. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have no right. I had to laugh. I hope I had to laugh. Because I'm really trying not to be mean. I am really trying not to be mean. It's not probably going over as well as I want it to. But okay. Back to Betty. Wow, I cannot believe the stuff she has done. And to sit there and say, nope, wouldn't do it. I am lawful. Oh my God. That's why the police were called there 50 times. 50 times, Betty.
Family?
And you do lie. And right away, your go-to is, well, they assaulted me. He assaulted me. She assaulted me. Remember when you spit on that guy in Idaho? Remember that? You're lucky, honestly, that he didn't go after you because he could have pressed charges because you admitted to it. You said spitting at him. Same difference. Still would have been charged. But okay. Wow.
Let's see what would have happened to Bullhorn Betty if I started calling Chief Hadley's family. I'm sure it would have been more than just a sign in the front yard. Just saying.
The dispatcher provided her cell phone to investigators. Investigators observed communication between the dispatcher and Clarence Wood Emerson, pseudonym used by the defendant, on Facebook Messenger on the cell phone on September 25th at 6:18 p.m. Dispatcher sends the message, "What you got? I'm here till 8 a.m." Clarence responds, "Sorry, page 500.
Also, I just want to let you know those pseudonames, you can do, and I try to say this to people all the time. A lot of people think they're being slick by setting up these accounts that can't be traced back to them. I'm telling you, even with a great VPN in the United States of America, if somebody wants to know who's using that computer, they're going to know who's using that computer. They're going to know where it's coming from. Even the VPNs, I researched it myself. They are required to maintain records as well.
Okay. Number one, I don't trust your research, and you're not a computer geek. Yeah, there are people that are that good on computers and can track anything. I just don't think you're one of them. I'm just saying.
Which was a registration. We have several messages back and forth. Dispatcher sends a message, Matt McCain, to which Clarence responds, "Got it. It's Parker. Michael Parker's house as we speak. Thanks, this is you." Dispatcher responds with a message again. "Please keep me private. I don't anticipate fucking up in life and never want the wrath of you." At 7 p.m., Clarence sends a message, of course. "Any chance you could run 2 more?" Dispatcher, "Sure." Clarence sends pictures of 2 vehicles parked in the driveway with the Whitworth Road. The dispatcher said, "Clarence, blank numbers Parker." Clarence said,
"Well, I think that's a good assessment, and I have to say that because there are things that you just get passionate about, and I just think this sucked him in, and I think he lost all perspective of why he originally started doing this to begin with. That kind of bodes more in line with kind of what I'm seeing. But again, I don't know what's going on in this guy's brain. I don't know if he's just, he is just hell-bent on proving this. But again, if he's hell-bent on proving this, I don't know how intimidating people is proving his case. He needs to find legit, concrete information to help prove her case. This isn't the way to do it. This is wrong. This is going to put him in jail or at least get a probation or worse, jail. And I'm sorry, nobody should
Betty, didn't you try to do that with the wells? You had no evidence. But yet, to this day, here you are.
Be willing to, you're no, put it like this, you're no good to anybody if you're not taking care of yourself. That's why whenever I go into a community, I research the laws, because I can't do the right work if I jeopardize my personal freedom. And that's why Betty, it's so important.
It's not work. It's called heckling on the street. It is called being a nuisance. It is not work. Well, not in my book, but that's just my opinion.
You follow these things, and I tell you guys all, it's a crap. Dotting the I's and crossing the T's. When you're doing this stuff, it's a crap because things can get out of hand and things can go from lawful to unlawful very quickly if you don't know what you're doing.
You mean like you did when you were trespassing? You did when you were giving false information, trying to get a police report for an assault that never happened? You mean like those kind of things? Doxing people, the wrong people too. You often get it wrong, but okay.
Case where it's a protest that got out of control. This is a man that ended up getting sucked in and almost being obsessive compulsive about this, so much so that he's acting probably out of character that he has acted in quite some time. Is Turtleboy from Boston. There's a guy that went by the name on Facebook that was threatening everyone. And somebody did say, Reggie, somebody said yes. Cherry said yes, that's the same guy. And he has concrete info. Police are doing whatever they can to keep it quiet. Interesting. Well, I'd like to see it because, it's one of those things where this is a tough case because, like many have already brought up, first of all, I have not reviewed this case in any capacity where I can explain it. So I'm just going off based on the comments in my chat as you guys are telling me information. But see, the problem I have, Cherry, and this is legit, why isn't he putting that evidence up? Why is he putting people's phone numbers up? If you've got concrete, do whatever they can to be quiet. You know what we do? We pass it around to creators, and all of the creators start running that information. There's things that can be done that can expose those types of things, but putting yourself in legal jeopardy is not one of those ways to get that accomplished. My concern is that he's really causing harm in this case. There's things that had he done earlier on in the case wouldn't have as much effect as it does right now with this case being active and ongoing in the courts. With it being
Betty, yeah, any interference in an active, ongoing case could hurt the case, Betty. It doesn't matter when you do it. What matters is that you do it. And you do it. Oh, now I sound like I'm repeating myself. And you do it. Hey, Mama Bear. She always uses the word bodes incorrectly, and I don't understand why. Hey, and she uses prescribe instead of subscribe too. She uses quite a few that. She got a new mic and couldn't get it to connect for a month. Yeah, she's not hacking anyone. I know, I damn sure not. I'm having a hell of a time sometimes. I'm trying to figure out how to make me an intro. Oh, dear Lord. I should have got into computer software a long time ago, not at 60. It's not as easy learning these programs. Oh, my God. Anyway, good luck, Betty, because I couldn't do it. You can't do it. BHP has an ego the size of Texas. Yeah. Remember when Betty told the world to contact her regarding missing woman Layla Centinelo? Yes, she sure did. She wanted the tips to come directly to her. And then Betty gets a tip in her chat and stays live instead of pausing her live and handling it. And says she handled it behind the scenes, but she did not. She handled it all on her live. And it ended up not being a tip. And then what she did to Brandy Neal. Oh my. But yet she takes no ownership in none of that. Because according to her, she's done nothing. She's done none of this stuff. Nothing like it. She would never. Oh, good. I got a note from the teacher that some of the boys got into a couple anthills. They tried their best to avoid them, but the boys got into a couple anthills. He's probably got a couple of ant bites on his legs. Great.
Officers, as many
Not
of you said,
surprised.
is the victim, the witnesses, as well as the suspect are all law enforcement agents. So you have an element of the the blue wall that's really going to be hard to pierce, because you're going to have pros and cons, right? So you're going to have the ones that believe she did it on one side of the badge, and the people that believe she's innocent on the other side of the badge. But again, when you're dealing with this, there is that level of corruption that could present itself. But is this infiltrating? Is this level of corruption and stuff infiltrating solely because everybody involved is law enforcement? Could people be thinking that there's a level of corruption because we can be very creative with our brains? Again, I haven't seen the information. I'd like to. Maybe just previewing it, but like I said, I don't see how putting somebody's phone number up on your screen is evidence. And quite frankly, if he does have concrete info, why isn't that being placed up on his screen instead? And how much relevance is it? And where did he get that information? Because us here in True Crime, we know that people fabricate information. People make Photoshop stuff up. We've had problems ourselves here on this channel with bad Photoshopped information. So it does. That's why I'm very cautious about what I look at, and I always try to source it. Where did it come from? And if I can't source it, I tell my audience, look, this is not sourced. We have to act as if it's rumor. But
no, Betty, that's just it. You don't put it out there as rumor. You don't put it out there as speculation. You put it out there as fact. In fact, you said if you're saying it, it's factual. But that doesn't mean that where you got the info from is. But what you were saying is factual. And you said that, Betty, a couple times recently in your lives. Yeah, don't put it out there if you can't vet it. That's simple rule. Simple rule.
I did find it in the course of looking into it, and it could potentially be something maybe later down the road. So I don't know. I just wholly disagree with some of not everything he's done. Not everything he's done, but this part here that this state attorney is doing, this is overboard. This is nothing that I will ever support or ever state to support. YouTube already gets unwanted bad press. Exactly. And there are people that do it, but so does TikTok. Every social media, you're going to have, no matter when you're dealing with the law of large numbers, which social media has billions of people on it, that's a large number. You're going to have a formula that XYZ is going to be the bad apples. As you know, you can have, and I think we just talked about it on the first show today, you can have 100 great people and only one bad person, and that person will wreak havoc that those 100 good people can't even clean up. One person can really do a lot of damage, even if they're the only person.
And boy, if the shoe fits. Wow.
Sherry's like, she knows me, like, be sure you have some time because you're going to be sucked into the rabbit hole. I might, who knows? Send me some information, bullhornbetty@gmail.com, and I'll look at it. I mean, I'll give my fair opinion. I haven't seen it, I haven't read it, and I haven't done any background research at all. So I know that a police officer female is charged with her boyfriend's death. I thought she hit him with a car. It wasn't until when this started coming out that I realized that it seems like she was leaving and it may have accidentally backed into him. Even if that was the case, I don't think it rises to the level of second degree. I really don't. I think, if nothing more, it was an accident, maybe manslaughter. It doesn't matter who was responsible. I still don't think it rises to a second degree murder charge.
Yeah, oh God, I hate to say this, but I actually do agree with Betty on that one. I know a mom that accidentally ran over her 2-year-old, backed over him in the driveway. And it really, truly was an accident. And she wasn't charged with anything. Why is my dog laying there shaking? What the heck? There's no thunder, Bubba. What's the matter, Bubba boy? Huh? What's the matter, Bubbalicious? You want to come outside?
Is that Lizzie? Who's the dispatcher replied, yes, Lizzie, Elizabeth Crocker. Dispatcher said she has read Turtleboy blog posts in the past, and has followed his media regarding Karen Reed closely. Check with Web's Facebook page, information publicly available. Believe she is friends with Clarence Wood Emerson. Dispatcher posted numerous posts.
You got to put it together, probably. There can't be. No. It's all there. Well, yeah, you have to open them all. Are you going to help them build that? No, Bubba.
Based upon the foregoing facts, it's a problem that's being committed a violation of Massachusetts general laws, which is section 13B, interference with the witness, Michael Proctor and Elizabeth Proctor, and the statute, permanent parts read, whoever willfully, either directly or indirectly, threatens, attempts to cause us physical, emotional, or economic injury or property damage to, conveys the gift, offer, or promise of anything of value, or misleads, intimidates, or harasses another person who is a witness or potential witness, person who is or was aware of information, records, documents, or objects that relate to a violation of criminal law or a violation of the distance probation, parole, bail, or other court order, a judge, juror, grand juror, attorney, victim witness advocate, police officer, correction officer, federal agent, investigator, clerk, court officer, court reporter, court interpreter, probation officer, or parole officer, or D, a person who is or was attending, or a person who has made known an intention to attend the proceeding described in this section, or a family member of the person described in this section, with the intent to, or reckless disregard for the fact that it may impede, obstruct, delay, prevent, or otherwise interfere with a criminal investigation at any stage, a grand jury proceeding, a dangerous hearing, a motion hearing, a trial, or other criminal proceeding of any type, or a parole hearing, parole violation proceeding, or probation violation proceeding, or administrative hearing, or probate.
That's getting a little, I don't want to go through all that. I wanted to keep as much as possible on here because I didn't want somebody saying I cut something off, but I'm tired of hearing that. Sorry. I'm sure you guys are too.
Yeah.
Intimidation of the witness by entering into an agreement with the dispatcher named earlier to obtain sensitive information.
Conspiracy. And you see, that's how they do. A verbal communication that warranted a contract to do this. Interesting.
Uses live poses. The video is intended to harass, intimidate, and cause emotional harm. And given the continuing harassment of witnesses for the murder of John O'Keefe, we believe that the defendant will be.
And Betty, you have done exactly those things he just said. Harass with intent to cause personal harm. You've done that. You've actually set out to hurt people, to hurt parents of a missing child.
That recitation deals initially with Elizabeth Proctor, the wife of Trooper Proctor. Now, there are an additional 8 complaints that I have here, Judge. Much of the verbiage is also recited in these complaints, as they obviously have to independently stand on the purposes of this arraignment. I can skip forward, Judge, and go to just the pertinent section.
I think we got the gist of this, to be honest with you. I really do. I think we got the gist of this. I personally think he went too far. You guys are going to have to determine for yourselves whether you feel this man went too far. There are some actions that were done. Like, for example, if this was a new case that was just happening, you may reach out to somebody. For example, you might, where the heck's my phone? You might reach out to, who's that? Second. Okay, I just got my delivery. My Walmart delivery is at the door. Okay. Some of these things, like before it got to this point where there's a person of interest, a person has been arrested, and now a person is actively engaging in the criminal court procedures. This is where some things have got to be cut off. You can have ancillary people, maybe people that know the witnesses or something on the outskirts, or maybe somebody that's not a witness to the crime that knows Karen Reed. Those would be great opportunities to speak to them, talk to them, get some interviews with those types of people. Even at the beginning, if this trooper, if Turtleboy walked up to this trooper with a microphone in his face and asked these questions while in the public arena, like you're on public property and doing so, there's nothing wrong with even with some of the stuff that he was asking. Now, the intimidations and threats, even personal, even in your face, whether it's online or in your face, is still harassment and still threatening. But as far as some of those questions, I stopped it and said, those are great interview questions.
Wait a minute. It is not okay. You went and talked to the babysitter. You can't tell me you didn't think that was going to be a witness. You've talked to the close neighbors. You have called people's jobs. You have harassed and intimidated, tried to intimidate. Come on. Don't say you don't do this stuff. You don't go along with this stuff. Yeah, he's above you as far as the lengths he went to, and it's wrong. But you've done some of the same stuff, Betty.
But because, and I talk about it online quite a bit, there's things that you can do in person on public property that if you do online is unlawful. You guys, if you've watched me for any significant time, you've heard me say that 1,000 times. So, for example, some of these phone messages, these text messages to private phone numbers with those questions, and even saying, how do you feel about your husband going to jail for conspiracy or, for collusion or, whatever. Doing it online on her private phone, especially after she's asked you not to call back again, That's a problem. He could have done that in her face.
It's a problem when you do it to someone in their face, when you violate their space and they tell you to leave them alone and you keep slandering and defaming them. That's also an issue, Betty.
On public property, and it would have been A-okay because he's on public property and asking.
No, it's not okay.
From his phone or from his computer to her private phone.
No, it's not okay to do it, period. What the hell are you talking about?
Now he's created himself a problem. Again, it's very important that you guys learn the law and understand it, especially if you're going to be engaging in this kind of profession.
Please take your...
You get yourself in a lot of hot water, and this man, I truly believe, is going to have to reap what...
You mean in all the hot water you're in right now? Because you don't take your own advice. And Betty, you don't know the law like you think you do. I read your lawsuit. Trust me. I know nothing. But I was smart enough to have a friend of mine who's a neighbor who happens to be a civil attorney. Yeah, look through it. You gave him a good laugh, by the way. He would like an easy case like you. But anyway, yeah. You don't either, Betty. Take your own advice. That's all I'm saying. Watch this back. Because you do a lot of these behaviors, Betty, that you say you don't do and you don't subscribe to. But you do. But then that's just my opinion. But I also have video clips proving it, which I don't know if they're going to play or not because of Restream, but I'm going to give it a shot.
Even realize he's so. He's thinking he's advocating for this woman, and he's doing the best he can. And
hey, it's me, Amberly.
But what he's doing is he's not advocating for her. He's going overboard, and he's causing disruption in an active court proceeding. There's a problem.
And you've caused disruption in active open cases. That's not advocating either. So you're both very wrong. Very wrong. Again, my opinion.
So what I'm saying is I don't disagree with the commentary, the reporting, or the advocation. But I do have a problem with the stalking, the intimidation, the phone calls, the threatening emails, the threatening language, the you need to be looking over your shoulder, intimidating, causing distress on people.
Oh my God. Of course you got to be okay with the first part of all that because you do those things. You've done those things. What? I don't even know what to say now. I'm telling you, she's believing what she's saying. She truly is believing what she's saying. Because in her mind, she doesn't do none of this kind of stuff. Everything she does is lawful. That's why she's getting ready to get sued again.
Constantly and nonstop. That I have the problem with. So I'm going to open up the phone lines for each and every one of you.
What did you do to the Wells? Constantly and nonstop. To the Petitos. To the Laundries. To the Quentin Simons. Oh, I mean, there's just so many. And there's cases where you've taken credit and patted yourself on the back for things like you had nothing in. Like Kathleen Moore. You did not find her, and you were not even part of the team that found her. But I covered that in an earlier video.
See if you guys would, if you guys have any commentary on this. I will tell you, if you start going, this is commentary about when is reporting going too far. When is reporting going too far? Now, I do realize we do have trolls that may call. And before you guys choose to call, I'm going to tell you, you will be respectful. You will not be insulting. Now, if you have a position to be made, we're happy to hear it. You start being an asshole, I'm hanging up on you, and you're not going to be heard. So if you want to be heard, be courteous, be respectful, and you can call in. And just as much as my comments, okay? I know you're watching. If you would have quit being so insulting and disrespectful, you would have been able to keep your comment there. But because you are constantly, so just disrespectful, and I went literally bent over backwards and told you personally, if you just stop with the shit, you can speak. We don't want the insults on here. If you have a position that you want heard, let it be heard. But you're disrespectful to me, you're disrespectful to my audience, or you're disrespectful to somebody else. It's not acceptable. It's just not.
Betty, disagreeing with you or having a different opinion is not insulting you. You should welcome other opinions and other feedback. It's not an insult.
So what do we have here? Seriously, what do we have here? We have a blogger that went overboard.
Like you do.
And I understand that there may be some people watching that support Turtleboy. And I understand your advocation and everything like that, but this is too much. You don't threaten people. I'm not going to sit here and...
But you do. In fact, didn't you just threaten someone?
On my channel and not address this. This is an open and active police investigation. A woman has been arrested. If you want to help her, publish all the damning stuff you have against these officers. Leave their phone numbers, their families, and everything else alone. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around what these officers' wives have to do with that. What do these officers' children playing soccer in a soccer field have to do with that? That is an act of intimidation.
What do the family and friends of victims have? What did they do for you to go after them and attack them? Because you do it all the time. And you wouldn't hesitate to do a phone number because I've seen you do one.
Mama Bullhorn, grace us with your insight.
Oh, good everybody. I love you all. I am dumbfounded at this fellow's stupidity and arrogance. Did he think he was not going to be prosecuted?
I truly believe, there's a lot of people that truly believe that their First Amendment right has no limitations. So it is possible that he believes what he's doing is right and lawful.
And so do you. In fact, you say it all the time. And you always say, well, the First Amendment, and I'm always lawful. I'm always the most lawful citizen. And there's your biggest enabler right there. Sorry, not trying to talk about nobody's family, but she's on the phone. She should be appalled at her daughter's behavior as well as his, because both their behaviors are appalling, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. Well, it just...
What would you, let me ask you, Mom, what would you do if I acted in this way? If you found out I was actively calling people and intimidating them?
Call the cops.
I have a funny feeling you'd be over here with a belt.
Well, yeah, that too, but I'd be the first one to call the cops. You know that.
Yeah.
And you don't see anything wrong with what she did at the Wells Jobs, at what she did at the Quentin Simon home, at what she did at the laundries of Petito's. You don't see anything wrong with any of that. She's done the same behaviors. She stalked them to their job. She got them fired. Oh my God, I can't.
Having been there and having it done to you, I know you can understand completely. We won't go there.
How could she understand completely? Has she had a lady with a bullhorn in front of her house carrying on like an idiot? Stalking her to her job? Getting her fired? Has she had someone go on live and put out tips, supposed sightings and stuff to get the parent of a missing child's hopes up just to be devastated again? Has she went and released info she shouldn't have until the family was notified and really seriously hurt the mother? No apologies, though. She just says she doesn't do any of that. She doesn't do it. She's never owned it. She's attacked surviving victims. Have you not listened to what she said about Dylan? What? She's went after families that are going through one of the worst things in their life. Oh, I cannot.
He is nuts. I
Uh,
would give my eye tooth to know what he was whispering to his attorney.
Yeah, but you know what? The worst part about it is if he removed all the like the telephone calls and all this other stuff. If that never had happened, I would be 100% in support of everything he did about getting the community together, getting people out there on the streets, having the signs, getting out there, being loud, letting your voice be heard. I mean, I love that all day long. Had it not been for all this other stuff with the phone calls and the intimidation and stuff like that, he would have a supporter in Bullhorn, Betty. But as soon as you cross that line, you lost me.
Right.
but you've used intimidation tactics many times. Does your mom not watch you? Just asking.
It's like, first of all, they will probably he has created a mistrial. They're going to have to start the trial.
No. Is she actively in trial right now, Karen Reed, or is she just pre-trial stuff? Let me just see. Let me just read here because I haven't read too much into this.
It doesn't matter. You shouldn't involve yourself like this in an open, active investigation. Period. I sound like a broken record saying it over and over again.
Okay, so it looks like they're in pre-trial stuff right now. I would presume.
Okay.
Well, so it doesn't sound like they've because I don't think they've changed the venue yet or anything like that. They're going to probably have to move that out of that.
And Betty, in Idaho, in Moscow, you did try to talk to people. They just wouldn't talk to you. And then you inserted yourself because you all played that family to get that interview. Olive Oil did. And you weren't even part of it. But you inserted yourself in it anyway. But when she did put the interview out, bitch, you weren't there. Anyway, you didn't get your credits. Your kudos. But yeah.
Well, you know what? They've opened the door for a mistrial already. And
they definitely opened the door for some problems, but I think that's why they're going after him so hard, because they need to tamper this down immediately before they start progressing into this case.
Well, hold on. Every one of those people that he doxed or went after or even threatened, they're going to sue the socks off of this guy.
Yeah, he's got himself into it. Like I said, as soon as I started reading this was not what I realized very quickly he's in some major problems. I know.
You mean like your daughter's being sued? I'm just asking. I mean, you're putting this out there. But she doesn't do these things, and she's against these things. But okay.
Don't believe it, but looking at these out,
and honestly, I wish the Wells did have the money or a lawyer that would represent them to go after her and Justin and Molly and any of the other ones, this PG person and any of them.
Yeah, he's got himself in a pickle. In my opinion.
Absolutely. I was, you know what, Dolly, if you're still on here, God bless you that somebody would take that name and drag it through. You know what?
Yeah.
Hustle's done already.
That's okay. I'm glad. Dolly is Dolly Vision with the Turtle Gang, like Bullhorn Betty with the Coffee Club, as opposed to Dolly actually being a turtle, like Turtleboy in his name.
Okay,
that would have been awful. That he would have.
Where the heck did he get that Turtleboy?
All right, I'm almost done. Are you going to help your brother build Legos? Thank you.
Oh, you're so bad.
I don't know.
So bad.
I truly don't know. I have no earthly idea.
Okay.
Well, that's all I had to say. And you were right. My hours have just messed me up. I'm trying to make
I'm done with that. I can't listen to no more. It's almost over anyway. Let's see what Chad has to say. And here I am on top messages instead of all messages. I should know better. Let's see. You threatened to get Emmy fired from her job. Yes, she did. That's what I said. She just literally threatened someone last week. She chooses to live in a fantasy world, chooses, excuse me, to live in a fantasy world. She turns her life to hit hardship. Yeah, you're driving but listening? Okay. Blow my mind how she lies so easy and doesn't see her wrongs. No, she don't. She truly doesn't think she does anything. She blocked me on X when never commented to her, and she is a coward and a hypocrite. Yeah. I thought I don't know if she blocked me or not. Hey, Taz. That's okay. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, two peas in a pod. She was commenting back to me on the SF investigate stuff, that stuff. Um, I don't know if she's blocked me since. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't care. She really is. Yeah, she's really because it's a cover up maybe, and if she knew the case instead of running her dumb arse mouth, yeah, she doesn't know the facts of the case, and honestly, I'm just really digging into it because curiosity got the best of me. Hearing, this and that from different ones. Now I want to know. I'm waiting for Hills in the Air because I know Hills' video is going to be factual. And it's going to have all the key points, I'm waiting for that. Aw, thank you, Beer Camp, for coming in. I appreciate you. I put taquitos in the oven and forgot about them. Oh, well. That's the first time I've ever done that. That must be a sign of old age. That's what my husband would say. You're getting old. But he's older, so he has no room to talk, technically. And my kids are being awful quiet, but we had their meetings yesterday with the teachers. You get the progress and everything, and they're both doing so good. And it's rough. My daughter's ADHD, and she's on some mild medication in the morning for it. But it's a non-stimulant, thank God. But she's doing great. I am so proud of them. But my hubby works late, and so he got off early on purpose last night because he wanted to stop and get them each a little something for getting such good reports. So I let them stay up a little late because he came home early, and that's what they're working on. But at least they haven't beat the door down wanting to eat my kitchen. I had their snack ready, so I already knew. She's actually sitting in there helping him build his Lego race car. Oh. Let me see if I missed anything in chat. Yeah, I bet he does act this way. Ashley Furniture Store lady? Yep. She had nothing to do with that either. She had no skin in that game. No skin. But I truly believe, because they let it slip, in fact, it was Molly, that her and Betty had totally planned that in the car on the way over there. And it was already decided that Betty would be the one recording. And that was all planned. That was just, Molly was trying to get her some free furniture and some content. Did the store employee should have never came from behind the desk? Maybe not. I agree. Being the manager and all. But then, I wasn't in her shoes. And we didn't see and hear every little thing. Because, of course, they're not going to show you everything. They tried to edit to make it themselves look good, and it didn't. But yeah, that's what I mean. I wonder if she's going to insert herself in this case now. Say, not see. I'm on treadmill, so I'll stop trying to type. Oh, God bless you. I ride the treadmill. I think I'm going to go get me a bike. Hey, Laugh, what are you missing? Not now. I just got I turned over, yeah. Betty's mom was saying how, the cops should be called and everything, but, her own daughter does those behaviors. Would she want the cops called on her? I think not. Yeah, I think not. She tried to torture the Laundries into talking to her, including his sister who lived with her young children in the house. Oh, yeah, she even filed that lawsuit for that what was it, $40 for that sign? Just trying, and she admitted she did it. And I don't understand why the court didn't tell her, look, you're done. You're not filing no more of your frivolous crap. But yet here she is with another frivolous lawsuit. But this one, she's going to lose badly. And then there's another one coming that she's not filing. It's getting filed against her. If SF does it, I mean, he's definitely got a case. She slandered the hell out of that man in his business. But she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. She tried to, she threatened to have a teacher fired. She threatened to contact the teacher's employer and send videos. She doxed her for no reason. Yeah, Headstone's reviewed Betty. So what? She reviewed her own words. She didn't go after Betty in real life. She didn't go after Betty personally. Betty can't handle it when she's proven wrong. She cannot handle it, and she's often proven wrong and proven to pass out misinformation. That's just my take on it. Oh, this hair is so hot. I'm sweating to death. I cannot wait to get this shit all cut off. Oh, guys, look at my Halloween costume. The kids want to be the Addams Family. They want to be Wednesday. And, oh, now I can't think of it. Pugsley. And she wants me to be Morticia. I doubt my husband will dress up as Gomez, but he took the night off so that he could take them trick-or-treating because he likes to be a part of it. Because we never thought we'd be here doing trick-or-treating again and at our age, but here we are. But check out this costume. Look, it says, laziest costume ever. There you have it. It's a costume. I made that myself. I ironed them damn letters on. Hey, Gina, how are you? It's good to see you around. I was back up in chat. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Brandy Neal found out about Son by Betty's stupid shots. Yeah, I played that the other night. I want to play this clip. I just don't think it's going to play good for you guys. This freaking hair. I cannot wait. You know what? If I knew how to cut hair, I would cut it right here. Right here, because that is more than enough for them to make a wig. I made sure. I always do it. Once a year, I go get it all chopped off to about right below my chin. And they always have enough for a wig. It only takes me a year to grow my hair this long. And that's with getting regular trims. But yeah, my hair is crazy. It's so thick and heavy and just grows like weeds. So do my fingernails. Drives me nuts. But I cannot wait. I can't believe I made it through the summer. I want to play this because there's everything she just said is going to be proven wrong here. But Restream is not working right. And it could be my crappy too. But we're fine last night. But I think I'm going to use the glares because y'all seen the ones I just played. And he played some different ones. And like I said, there's so many clips out there of the stuff she's done. She really don't have no room to be talking to. I mean, I agree with her about this man. I totally agree. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Betty. But I am. I am. But that's as far as it goes. Because, like I said, in my opinion, she's just a step down. Oh, I got to put up a background, a Halloween background. That's what I need to do. Restream has one. But I am definitely, as soon as my husband gets home from work and I can get my purse out of the car, I am definitely biting it and upgrading to paid StreamYard. I definitely am. I've had it. Okay, I know he played him towards the end here. I think he did. I don't know. I left the chat. No, this was, I left this, So I'm trying to remember where he played him at. But he showed some good clips of Betty. Like, I swear, this last week has been blast from the past. Heels did 2 lives playing. Okay, this is Betty saying she doesn't threaten anybody or anything. I don't know if this is going to play. Try to let me know right away, because if it's choppy, I'm just not even going to bother playing it. Because what's the sense? You can't see it any damn way. I might have to not speed it up either. Let me turn it. Okay, it's on normal. Okay. Let's see. Let's hope it'll play. Why is there no sound? Why is there no sound? Claire, there's no sound. Oh. Call Cap.
I mean, I could just, I don't have enough hands.
Okay, wait, we'll back it up. Sorry about that. Okay.
Right here. Educate yourselves. When it came to Summer Wells, yet she went out there and harassed this little girl's parents. The parents of a missing child. She went out there and harassed.
She sure did.
All of them. Both of them. And is now saying, and is admitting, no, there's no problem. Yeah. I'm waiting for them to slap the cuffs on him. Okay.
I heard.
Right? We think he's a murderer. We think he has something to do
Let
with
me
this.
back us up.
I don't know. I'm sorry. This.
Where'd that video go? I just had that clip up. Where the hell did it go?
No, when Brian Koberger's.
All right. Here's one.
Okay. I love you. That, guys. You sing cute.
This one.
Okay, here we go. Let me know how this is playing. Is it?
I don't even know what this one is, but.
It's not arson.
Hi, True Crime Dime. Your face. Hey, beautiful. Hey, aw. Thank you. Oh, happy birthday to your baby. Oh.
You have to do her due diligence to even find out whether I've been found guilty or not. You know, it's the
I
trolls.
hope you have a great time.
Right? You know, it's the trolls. But did this. I will, Mama Bear. I'll read them here in a little bit. I'm on the road. Yeah. What I need people to do.
Sorry, I couldn't see chat.
Is start correcting her. Letting her feel. She calls. You want to lie about me? You want to be dishonest about me? Cynthia? With SN? Seriously? That's how low you will go, politically? Damn shame. So I will be getting an attorney for slanderous remarks that she made. And I will be taking her SNN. It's now.
Oh,
there's
my
no
God.
standards when you're looking at.
Totally irresponsible. So you want to step all in it?
Oh, this was that reporter. I did a video on this. This was that reporter that wrote that article about her when she went to that councilman's house and threatened to burn down his house with her Proud Boys and stuff. So they wrote an article about it to local reporters. She went after this local reporter like no other because she's a real reporter, unlike Betty. It's a bit choppy. It seems to come and go. Shit, let me just see. Let me check settings. Quality. Sometimes if I turn it down with restream, it'll be better. Let's try this.
I demand a version of my criminal record. What you say about something I post and not see.
And she was so butthurt that the girl mentioned some of her criminal past, her charges. But she was literally threatening to burn down a councilman's house. They were picketing outside. She had her freaking bullhorn. You know, she went hard. Restream is a beater from what I've heard. Last night it worked great. today, it won't. And it's hit and miss with Restream. One day it'll work great. Your videos won't be choppy. Your sound will be good. And the next minute it won't. So that's why I'm biting the bullet and upgrading my StreamYard. I can't do this anymore. It's affecting my lives. And people don't want to watch when they can't understand what's going on in the video. Let's see if that helps.
Kevin asked exactly what I was saying. He doesn't want to embolden me, he says. Kevin, I'm already emboldened. I'm already emboldened. You are the same person that told me that my bullhorn would be the demise of me politically. Mr. Van Austin Bridge.
She
It was that came out of your mouth.
she fancies herself a political activist, by the way.
Yeah. She actually says she's a professional.
CBS News reporter, irresponsible news reporter on SNN. SNN is a local paper here.
Yeah, but what you're failing to tell people is you can't handle it because a real reporter wrote some true facts about you and your shenanigans. She's a real reporter. She doesn't have to pay dues for a press pass that don't really give her press credentials, or you can't use it for anything. And then you even had that revoked. They didn't want your dues. But that's your whole issue, Betty, is you're not a real reporter. And I don't understand that, because you could have. Why not pursue it? You're still young. You could have, when you started your TikTok and you got ran off of TikTok and came to YouTube, you could have been doing that instead of attacking people because you're jealous that they are, but you're not. And that's just what it seems like. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's what it seems like. You keep saying how mainstream media is so awful and all this. You could have went into being real media. You could have make those changes you're speaking about the truth. What, Symphony? You could have made those changes you claim need to be made with mainstream media. You could have made a difference, but you didn't do that. Instead, you go after them all. One minute you like them, the next minute you don't, the next minute they're garbage.
Here in Manawha, Sarasota County, but the government
Hey,
is
Laura.
different county. And I can't believe she was stupid enough to be so biased and one-sided and talk about ethics. You know, that's what I hate about mainstream media. They're supposed to have ethics. I'm surprised editor.
So a mainstream media reporter wrote about her and wrote negatively.
What she wrote, and I have the article, and I have it in the video, but I'm pretty sure I still have it on my old laptop. What she wrote was about Betty's behavior and her actions in front of a councilman's house. And in that, of course, there's some background on who Betty is and the Proud Boys. Betty has criminal charges. Everybody knows this. She didn't go into a bunch of detail. She didn't list every single one. But it was put in context because of the threats being made to the councilman, threatening to burn his house down.
About her friend with irresponsible reporting.
She's raging about it.
Over there, SNN.
Is it still real choppy?
Hey guys. So, you know, it's a shame that you chose to take this round. And you know what? Also, they all have my numbers. They could not stand for my comment, right? So it doesn't sound like they were even trying to get the story out. They were trying to have a news, and I'm sure it's perpetrated by somebody sending this over to Kevin Van Austin Bridge.
No. It was what are you talking about? They wanted to have a news fight. Betty, she wouldn't even respond to your nasty attacks on her on Twitter, which is in my video. Some of it. And I may still have screenshots of those tweets. Anyway, she was doing nothing but reporting on what was going on. She was a local reporter with a local newspaper. You were in front of a councilman's home with your bullhorn and your buddies, and you were being a heckler and a nuisance, and you threatened to burn the man's house down. I mean, she did her job as a reporter. That's what you can't handle. You can't.
And Kevin and his new cohort, Carol Warren, Missy Serbian, out of these front sides, right? He used to be against them. Now he's buddy with them.
Yes, True Crime Dime. I believe I still do. And I'm pretty sure I still have the article. Actually, there was 2 articles. There was one that was written that wasn't about that, where she was actually admitted to, when she worked for her dad, using her position there to do background checks on people supposedly she was going to date or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I still do. Betty got pissed and blocked her car. It was a lady who filmed them. Betty got pissed. They blocked her car. Yeah, she was at the councilman's house, and she was filming them saying, her and the Proud Boys, and Betty carrying on like she always does with the Bullhorn. But yeah. I don't think she can control herself long enough to stay employed by someone. She was mad because someone was filming her for once. Yeah. Because she didn't want that out there. And you know what? I don't live far from Betty. In just a few hours. But I know a couple of people that live there, down that way. And she is not what she portrays herself to be, by no means, with people. And yeah. Let's just watch. I'm going to let this play for a minute.
Making himself look like a freaking fool. Like an idiot. And he's an idiot. A little man with power issues and power struggles from. That's what he is. Yeah, they are taking it too far. And you know what? But this is going to the media. Go off his media. We need to be sued. Extensive criminal conduct. It's 2,000. Show me the conviction, Cynthia.
I mean,
Show me the conviction, Cynthia.
Look at the mugshots.
Where are they? You of all people know how to do research. It didn't sound good when you did that. Which troll gave you that sound clip, Cynthia?
Oh, Chronicles. I was looking for the one where she threatened the dude. She threatened that one political figure. I forget who he was. But it was while she was in Tennessee, and they were staying in a B&B, and she threatened to burn his house down.
Oh my God, my son! I got he got a new Lego set, and he thought, because it has 3 different cars on the box, that you could build all 3 cars at once. And I just had to break his little heart and say, no, it's 3 in 1. You can build one, then you got to take it apart to build the other one. Gotta love him.
What, you know? What is SNN? They are a local newspaper. They have a little channel that's affiliated with ABC. You know, the piece of propaganda station.
Oh my God. What are they? They're the real media, Betty. That's what they are. And, being affiliated with ABC is pretty good. It's a pretty big network, babe. But the thing is they're the real media. And you can't handle it. You can literally not handle it.
Okay.
Oh, this is somebody named Social Fade. I'm not even familiar with Social Fade, but these are all different mugshots, people.
I am.
Look at this.
I like Social Fade's channel. I watch a lot of Social Fade's videos. And I will make sure to put Social Fade's link in the description. And I, of course, will put the glares as well.
That is okay. I will be figuring something out. How dare they? Lie. Manipulate the truth. Oh my God.
Look at all these different mugshots.
What stupid idiot. Cynthia, why don't you call me, girlfriend? Why don't you give me a call?
This is the person that we've been listening to for the last hour on her moral high horse, talking about Turtleboy going too far. Just so you know.
And you asked me for a comment. on the news you were going to put out? I'm right here, Cynthia. Cynthia McLaughlin. Where are you? Where are you, Cynthia? I'm waiting for you. My phone's on.
This is a great clip. It's not slander if it's true. It's absolutely not slander if it's true.
True Grindine, you do some good videos. You put out facts. Yeah, I bet he's beyond delusional. But I think he's going to show another one here. And see, he showed different clips than I did the other night.
Sorry. That's not advocacy. That's nobody I want to be associated with. And this is one of those situations where.
Let's see, he's going.
Okay, public.
Why don't you give me a call?
This is the person. This is the person we've been listening to last hour on her moral high.
Okay. Come on, load.
Another one of them. I think it's time for us to go to his house and protest.
Mm-hmm.
Go to his house now.
Kevin Van Ostenbridge, you are making me sick to my stomach. I have.
Oh, she went to his house.
Going to somebody's house, that's too far. Okay, public property. Okay, that's no. But yeah, public property's fine. But going to somebody's house, that's too far. We just heard her say that 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
sure did.
That you are absolutely without a doubt making me sick to my stomach. What the hell happened to you? I will use my platform to burn your house completely down if need be.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa doesn't need to be moved. You do. You have lost your damn mind. Sorry, guys.
Wow. That's a local politician she's threatening. And she went to his house with her boy.
He's this little short guy. I went to school with him. I loved him. He turned his back on me to start. And he turned his back on me. He saw him positioning himself.
Okay.
I started petitioning.
So the thing is he chose to have nothing to do with the likes of you. So that's really why you turned on him. You just said it, Betty. You just busted yourself out. It has nothing to do with the politics. It's because he's having nothing to do with you.
Bro, I'm in Ma vibes here. Y'all ever see that movie Ma? I just saw it for the first time last night, coincidentally. First time. I saw it last night, and like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up and get the hell out of my face!
Now, in case you don't know, this is Idaho. This is Moscow. This is when she spits on the man. But this is Betty, who doesn't agree with anything that TB has done. Yet here she is, doing the same things.
Just spit on him. Like, let me show that. Watch that movement one more time. Let's show it in slow-mo, y'all. Watch that movement. Watch your head movement.
He's yelling.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Katuri.
I did not spit on you.
So this guy is causing trouble. He's yelling. Hey, Sonia.
And of course, Olivia's saying that it's this guy's fault. It's not Betty's. It's all this guy.
He just drove up and started harassing Bullhorn Betty.
No, he told you guys.
I love how Chronicles of Oblivious here is trying to control this narrative. It's killing.
Her name is Olive Oil.
Can you pull over out there? Well, I'm gonna get.
You a free week. In LA, they don't do this shit. You don't spit on
Now, this guy's clearly a radical.
Oh, very.
Only radicals paint the shit all over their truck like that.
Yeah.
At the same time,
He's a Bullhorn. He's just like her. Bet there's a good mate for you. You all do the same crap.
Like he's no different than she is. You know, it's like a male counterpart of her, and
Her perfect mate.
I love this because it's like
she's always saying how she needs a man. There you go, Bets.
The thing is you've got these people. Nancy Grace showed up and did the same fucking thing. Brian Etten showed up to the same fucking thing, and they were just parked outside. They just camped outside of the house where these murders.
Okay, come on, let's get back into this.
Place. And just, I mean, can you imagine how that makes the community feel? The community, like, this horrible thing happened, and we've got all you fucking vultures here sucking the life out of this.
And Betty and JLR and them were going into town asking people questions, going into businesses, filming right outside the windows of the businesses. It was insane.
Situation, you know?
You want to pursue charges or something?
Yeah,
I didn't. You want to pursue charges? I was sitting in my patrol car.
This bitch spit on me.
Okay, well, if you go park down there, I got other officers.
That fucking bitch spit on me. And she's supposed to be fucking professional.
You want to pursue charges?
Yes.
Okay, well, then we need to investigate it. I need to get
He never pursued charges.
everybody's information. They're going to go from there. You got multiple cameras here.
He just ended up being like, fuck it. He just ended up being like, fuck it. I don't even want to deal with this bitch.
So we can review stuff.
You didn't spit on me?
I didn't spit on you. I spit at you. You the hell did.
Same thing.
That's professional journalism.
Mm-hmm.
It's not over the line, people. Just so you know.
Spitting on someone is not over the line. Just what, Anyway, I think that's all he showed. Wait, maybe he shows one more. I think he does. I think he shows the wells.
Also new tonight, police and hecklers clash.
Okay, now the glare wants everybody to take a shot of whatever it is they drink, be it tea, water, milk, coffee, whatever, booze. Trust me, every time you take a shot that they say hecklers, you're going to be toasted.
And the Chatham County Police Chief says that these hecklers outside of Quinton's home have turned the case into, quoting him now, a money-making circus. Our Andy Cole joins us live now from outside of police headquarters. And Andy, you even talked to one of the hecklers tonight and asked them about the chief's comments.
Yeah, good evening, Greg. It's been more than a month since Quinton disappeared. Since the story has gained national attention, but it's also brought in hecklers who police say make it impossible for the neighbors to live in peace. Tonight, a fifth protester arrested, all while the prime suspect remains free. A heckler is in jail after a clash at the home where Quinton Simon was last seen. Jimmy Williams was charged with simple battery and disorderly conduct. His arrest marked the fifth heckler jailed over the last month. Chatham County Police say since October 12th, they've responded to the neighborhood 50 times. In a state, Chatham County...
That's not interfering. To Betty, that's not interfering. 50 calls wasted because of their behavior during an active, open investigation. But she's got something. A right-winged rat even hates her. Yeah. It's on camera. She lies much. She doesn't even realize she is lying anymore. Yeah, she was truly talking with conviction. In my opinion, she truly believes what she's saying. I don't think she does know the difference. I love when someone starts filming her, she can't shut it down or edit it and shows her truth. She hates it. Oh yeah, she definitely hates it. Hey, Remy. Me looking all young. God, girl, I'm 60 years old. But thank you. According to that tube top wearing potato, I need to be in a nursing home.
Police chief says, quote, many of the people claiming to want justice for Quentin have turned his tragic and heartbreaking case into a money-making circus, and they have made it impossible for the people who live in the area to enjoy the peace and tranquility of their homes. This is unacceptable and has to stop.
This is what I do all over the country.
Bullhorn Betty has been outside Quentin's home for weeks. She runs a YouTube channel and live streams her interactions daily. She calls Chief Jeff Hadley's statement lies.
When I see Billy Joe and Leilani, I ask them questions. Where's the baby? What did
No,
do
you
with the
didn't.
baby? Things like that. In a professional capacity.
And-
Now it's-
In professional capacity.
Whoa. In a what? In a what? What was professional about screaming through your bullhorn? Baby killer lives there. Baby killer in there. Yeah, you said some really horrific things. You accused him of everything under the sun. That's not asking questions, Betty. That's being a nuisance. That's being a heckler. That's harassing them. That's what you did. Even a suspect has rights, Betty. The grandmother wasn't a suspect, but look at what you did to her. The neighbors, Betty, that you claim was all false is not false. It happened.
At the beginning of this news report, there was literally footage of her yelling at them, calling them baby killers in a residential neighborhood. In a professional capacity, y'all.
Real
now
professional.
Yes, because I'm across the street and they're at their gate. But
No, you were not across the street.
This is
Yeah, you did cause this. And you trespassed onto their property, Betty. All of you did. You weren't just across the street. Can you at least be honest about your antics? Just do that. You're proud of what you did, so own it. But you downplay it like it was nothing, and it's you guys' fault.
their community doing this, not us.
Chief Hadley
Their community did not. Their community didn't require 50 calls. Those people were there riled up because of you guys. Are you kidding me?
2 days, police will unveil new measures to minimize the disruption to the surrounding neighbors. Bullhorn Betty, however, tells me she isn't going anywhere.
I absolutely plan to come back to that house tomorrow because I will not be intimidated by some police chief.
What's going to stop you from coming back to that house?
There's nothing that he can arrest me every single day that I'm out there. This is not me. This is about Clinton.
No, it's all about you. And let me tell you something. Once the cops put up those signs and law enforcement, which in my opinion, that is the only thing that they did I didn't agree with, is they let you people get away with it for far too long before they stepped up and did something. They should have shut you guys down right at the gate, right at the start. As soon as this crap started, they should have shut you down. But as soon as those signs went up and Dolly got arrested, you guys took off. You left. And that's exactly what they did. They left.
Some fiery words from both sides tonight. So what are the plans from the police to keep the noise down in that neighborhood?
Yeah, Greg, we reached out to police late tonight to learn more about those measures, but they declined to say what those were. Chief did mention in his statement that right here at police headquarters is a much safer place to protest
exactly
in the streets of Buckhalter Road.
Yes, instead of saying that's exactly where they should have been.
Greg,
Echo to put life outside.
But they knew they couldn't get away with the crap that they were doing in front of Quentin Simon's home, the grandmother's home. They knew they couldn't get away with that crap at the police station or at City Hall. Do you think they'd have got away with playing a baby crying and putting it out over a bullhorn? Or screaming the things they were screaming?
Thank you.
Mm.
We're not done yet.
Oh no,
We're
there's
not done
another one coming.
yet, y'all.
Okay, let me take a minute here. He's going to show another one, and this one is. I remember this one. The law was on the books; they just didn't enforce it. Exactly, it was there. They couldn't have got a law in place as quick as they did. But my only thing was they should have did it sooner. It accomplished nothing but caused chaos. Exactly. All she did was and yell and scream, "Yep," and get a lot of super chats. So she's like a rabid albino bulldog with alopecia. I'm not.
We're not done yet.
I think there's one more. I shouldn't be smoking on camera. I'm sorry.
Now this is
I smoke too much when I'm
a
live.
mother of a missing child named Michael Monkey
Oh,
Vaughn.
this breaks my heart.
Went missing about the same time that Summer Wells went missing, under similar circumstances, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be her mother speaking out.
Oh, this breaks my heart.
Now, if you remember, Betty was talking and using Michael Vaughn's mother as an example, and
This is a different.
That she
this
had.
is a different clip than the one I showed the other day, not yesterday. I think it was the day before, where Brandy called her out for releasing that info. This is a different clip, but this one, it's hard to watch. So
He actually had the nerve to use his mother as an example.
yeah, she sure did.
I look like shit as hell. Sorry.
You look like beautifulness. Yeah, to be honest.
You know, we talk about lurkers, right? Lurkers in the back and everything like that. Imagine them outside of your house every minute and a half. Wow. I need a favor.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That was the last person.
I couldn't imagine it because, in all honesty, the law would have to do something, and if they didn't, I would never put up with that. Nope, I wouldn't, and I wouldn't do it to someone. You can go and peacefully protest. You don't have to be a nuisance and a heckler and act like a freaking idiot.
And I went out. I apologize for that. Let me get that going again. I just hit the wrong tab. I'm sorry about that. No.
Like no, sorry.
You look like beautifulness.
About lurkers, right? Lurkers in the back and everything like that. Imagine them outside of your house every minute and a half. Wow. I need a favor.
Yes,
some of these YouTubers that are contacting potential suspects.
What?
Oh my fucking God. I'm sorry. That's what was said.
Stop. You have no right. This is my son. You have no right
Stop it. You are not law enforcement. And what you're doing is you are hindering Michael's case. Stop it, please. And to support law enforcement. No, don't be contacting these people, please. You don't know the damage you can do to a case. Please.
That's hard. But to this day, Betty says she never did anything. And she never did anything to Brandy Neal.
Now that young people missing, folks.
I think you're done here.
And now we've got.
Oh wait, there's one more. The Summer Wells.
Now we've got more. I mean, Chronicles is just keeping them coming. Thank you, Chronicles of the Shady. Appreciate it.
Okay, guys, the clips he got are, and I will put Chronicles of the Shady's link in the description as well. Hey, True Texan. There's no way in HELL I will put up with it either. I might go to jail. Yeah, I couldn't. I'm not gonna lie. If law enforcement wouldn't do anything, well, I wouldn't even have to. My husband would never, especially we got kids in this house. Hell to the no. Hell to the no.
She's just gonna keep these coming.
But see, I wouldn't go to someone's home and act like that. It's just, I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie. I drove past Kathy Anthony's house, but I didn't get out and sit there and scream and carry on and get a law enacted here because of those idiots. I didn't even beat my horn. But I only did that because I went on the search a couple times when there were searches. But anyway. But it was done right, like with EquiSearch, and it was done right, you know. It wasn't streaming on your phone and not really searching. You're just doing content. There wasn't a phone out being anything recorded.
They go on forever, folks. They go on forever.
They do. It could take days to do all the clips, and that's just little clips. It would take days, and not just
now, this person,
not just from her YouTube, but from her TikTok prior to YouTube. It's crazy. She does not ever admit to being wrong. Nope, never. She still has. I am 60 years old and have never met anyone like Betty. Me neither. I don't want to know her. No. He's just showing these clips during his live. And they were different clips than what I showed the other day. So I figured I'd show him this because I showed where Betty was wrong and what she was saying and that, you know, she did do those things. And he's showing different ones for different reasons. So I figured I'd use it.
What you're looking at right now is no longer on YouTube.
No, this is Chronicles of the Shady. I believe he said he's getting these clips from.
They got it off of YouTube. And rightly so, in my opinion.
But she's back. Until YouTube catches her. She is streaming on what used to be her kids' life coaching channel. And attacking Dre, of course. That's her content. And from what I understand, it's being reported. And if people keep reporting it, it gets heavily reported. Eventually, YouTube is going to catch on. And it's going to catch up. And she'll lose that channel. Because people just don't want her back.
They're telling me that there's a baby killer. And
Living in that fucking house.
This is as close as I've ever been to a baby killer.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We're on Apple property.
Okay. Now, this is very important. Remember, I told you guys that they got the father and mother of a missing child, Summer Wells, fired from their job. This is them doing that. This is their footage. They filmed.
What is the channel? The clip channel? Jean Marie, it's Chronicles of the Shady. This is the glare, and he's showing her clips, Chronicles of the Shady. She started going into chats a month or two ago, uploading shorts. I think she was testing the waters. Exactly. That's exactly what Molly was doing. But you know what? She'll get away with it for now. YouTube is slow as hell, but they will catch it. They will catch up, and she'll lose that channel. I just don't know how many Adrian's going to want to put in his name.
And they were proud.
Again, my opinion.
But of course, don't forget that what Turtleboy has done, according to Bullhorn Betty, is too far.
It is.
Okay?
I
want to
agree
be
with
very,
that.
very clear about this. Remember, earlier in the stream, Betty said that what Turtleboy has done is too far. Pay attention.
But she does the same stuff.
What'd you do with your daughter?
And
She's
there
a
is
hypocrite.
this is a trigger warning.
Yeah, very much a trigger warning. And this is what I mean. That's why the title of this video and the thumbnail was Hypocrisy. Because for Betty to say the things about him, she would have to include herself in that. And she didn't. She acted like she's never done anything like this, or anything like Turtleboy has done. But oh, yes, she has.
Okay? She also said that she never said that they killed Summer. She never accused the parents of killing their daughter. Okay?
Yes, she did.
Let's hear that one more time. Remember, she said that. Let's hear what she says here one more time.
What'd you do with your daughter? Where'd you bury her? Come on, Candace. Come out here and talk to us about your daughter. What'd you do with her? What did you do with your daughter?
Now, this is at somebody's job. They stalked these people and went to their job. But she don't do this.
This is public property.
I know you have that First Amendment right, but you can't.
Then fire him for the job.
Actually, if it's a gated community, it's private property. Just saying.
You don't need a baby. He buried his baby somewhere. We want to know where she's at. Where's your baby?
Dude, I've never been this close to a baby killer. I'm telling you. What did I tell you? I've been saying it. Remember?
Same people, different case.
Mm-hmm.
Same people, different families that they're harassing.
And that is why Betty has not done this since, because she don't have the backbone to do it by herself, and she needs her cohorts, but she don't have them anymore. But trust me, it'll happen again. I truly believe. Well, don't trust me. Watch for yourself. But I truly believe it will happen again. Right now, Betty's trying to make it seem like she's this holier-than-thou creator that would never cross these lines that she's already crossed many times over again. And I truly believe it's all because of the lawsuits. But she can't keep the facade up. The facade keeps cracking all the time. I mean, come on. A week ago, she was threatening someone's livelihood, their job, their life, doxing them. Come on.
Harassers, though.
Yeah, they're harassers.
Sorry you lost your job. Sorry that your baby's dead. You're sorry that you don't have a soul.
That is the mother of a missing child. It's been missing for 2 years. That child's name is Summer Wells, and she's been missing since June 15th, as of 2 years ago.
Yep.
As of June 15th, 2 years ago. Okay?
And Molly, if you'd have got my
Let's hear
face
what
like that, it'd have been over with, honey.
they're saying to the mother of a missing child. Right after they just got...
Sorry, but if she'd have gotten my face with that phone like that, I'm not a violent person. I am not. No. But there's only so much. No.
Fired from her job.
I've been saying it. Sorry you lost your job. I'm sorry that your baby's dead. You're sorry that you don't have a soul. No soul. You have no soul.
Sorry,
You know we know.
Now, remember, according to that very person who's filming MGL saying these things, who was screaming just before that, saying, fire them, saying, where did you bury your baby?
Mm-hmm.
This is a person saying that Turtleboy has gone too far.
We know exactly what happened to that baby. We know exactly what happened to that baby, Candace. You're a piece of shit mom. Where are all your children? All your children are gone. Every last one of them. And one's dead.
Wow.
Now, I want to be very clear, people.
I got enough of Betty. That's enough. That gives you all the idea of what I was saying, proving that everything Betty just truly, and I truly believe, she believes in this live. She reviewed Turtleboy. Oh, here's the turkeys. Oh, I wish I could hold the camera for you guys to see the turkeys. I put your food over by the tree. There they go. They know where I feed them at. Why is there only 2? Where's the other ones? It's got to be my group, because they know exactly where the food is. They went right to it. Anyway, yeah, my kids named the damn turkeys too. We feed the turkeys, we feed the wild pigs, we feed the deer, we feed the turtle, we feed the squirrels, we feed the birds, and we have fish, and a dog and a cat. Yeah. And they want chickens, thanks to Jones and her chickens. And there was another creator that always used to send me videos of the chicks, the babies. Oh my God, they love them. Amethyst, she has some cute videos on there. My daughter actually presented one of the chicks hatching to her class, the video, and she got an award for it. It was really cool. But this lady, I swear I can't with her. Yeah. Everything she said in that live that she says she doesn't do is proven she does do. She maybe has not stepped up to the complete level of things that he has as far as those phone calls and messages, but maybe she has and we just don't know. But she's not far behind. And she shouldn't be calling him out when she does exactly the same thing. That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. I had 2 wild turkeys named Bob and Linda. They were my content until the game warden took them out. Oh, they don't take them here. They live here. Oh, here comes the rest of the group. Okay. You guys are slacking. There they are. Don't worry. Oh, you're losing a feather. Oh my God, you brought company. Oh shit, I didn't put out that much food. Holy cow, you brought the whole cavalry. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There was at one time I'd have 25 turkeys in my yard at once. 25. Yeah, babies. They'd be the mamas and the babies. And then as the babies got bigger, they went, the mamas and the babies, and some of they'd split up. But oh my gosh, they're going to start fighting. I should take them out. They don't run when I take them out for food. They don't leave. They don't care. I think they know by now I'm not going to hurt them. But they'll be babies again. You 2 settle down. Oh, these kids. I gotta love them, right? My living room is going to be destroyed. It's going to be destroyed. I'm almost done. Let me be right in with you. I'm almost done, baby. Okay. Oh, you figured out the squirrels' food, too. I hear you guys are some smart turkeys. I had to get up and check on the kids. But guys, let me see what else is being said. I have an Uncle Bob married to Aunt Linda. No BS. She has, though. She got the girl from Ashley Furniture fired with MGL, too. She might not do it over the phone, but she does it in other ways. Thank you, Remy. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Very much so. Like I said, she is in the same category. And yeah. Her calling him out is actually funny. Yeah, I would have went with my lawyer's number written on my hand, so when they arrested me and take all my shit, I'd have the number. Yeah. Betty was accusatory of Brandy's husband. Then Dolly got an invite to go see Brandy Nil, and Betty went and acted concerned. She always inserts herself when she's not a part of it and not invited. The same thing she did when Olivia played that family to get that interview, saying, "Oh, your daughter followed me on TikTok." So what? She followed a lot of people on TikTok. You weren't friends. But you lied to them. You spun it and twisted it to get an interview, and then Betty inserted herself and had to be there. She always does that, but Olivia didn't put her part of that interview, though. She never got her kudos for that. She did good work. She didn't do no work. I'm starting a riot with the turkeys. Yeah. Where'd they? Okay. Nope, they're coming over to the screen. Look, guys, y'all are expensive to feed. You know, I got a budget. My husband gets people where he works. This guy brings in these because the cases will be damaged, but the packs themselves won't be, of walnuts and hazelnuts and all that stuff. And yeah, I feed some of them to these critters. They eat very well. And whatever they like some fruits. And corn. And when apples are getting ready to go, I'll chop them up for them too. I even cut their damn food up. Like I need more to take care. Oh, they're leaving. Okay, 2 stayed behind. The rest are leaving. Okay. They had their fill. She claims she helped Olivia get all her subscribers. Okay. Yeah, right. No, she didn't. But okay, she can run with that. Over the phone might be better than at someone's workplace. Yeah. I'm sorry, but that girl at Ashley Furniture, that was a setup. They knew from the phone call in the first place from the house, which we will never know the real truth of that phone call because, like I said, they're only going to show you what they want you to see. We will never know the real truth with that phone call. I believe there was even more than we've seen. Wow, I'm sweating. It's hot. It's still like 90 degrees and humid. Anyway, I need to turn my fan on. I that was all planned. That was all planned. Molly was trying to get some free furniture. I swear. She didn't help. She also takes credit for the fact that her sister went into journalism. Yeah, okay. I believe that's why Betty started on this path, was because her sister got a job as a real journalist, as an anchor. She should have stayed on TikTok. She couldn't handle the haters on TikTok. Yeah. I just thought it was funny that, of all people, she's going to call him out when they're so. I mean, I could spend the next 2 days showing you clips and not even show you them all of things that she's done just like him. Now the turkeys are coming back. What are y'all doing? Oh, you're going over for the night. Okay. I like to watch them when they take off and go up in the trees to sleep at night. I hope none of them get it. Hunting season's coming up. Oh, I don't want them to get. I know people got to eat, but wild turkey's not good. Not these. Not. It's just. I don't know. It. It does depend on what they're fed. These guys are. I'm sure I'm not the only one that feeds these turkeys. There's a lot of people around here that feed these turkeys, and the deer, and the wild boar, and the baby pigs. I give him a little more greed because he's smarter. You know what the turtles do for feeding? He didn't come and eat yesterday, so he'll come. He's so funny. He actually uses his head, and if I'm not out here, he'll tap with his head on the screen door so that I know he's out there and he wants his food, and I have to go get his lettuce and carrots and stuff. But yeah, he's a trip. I've been feeding him for years, and it's the same one because he's got the red on the red paint, which means when they were building a home, they found him. They're supposed to search for turtles because turtles are plentiful here. They're everywhere. Well, they're not like overpopulation, but they know that we have turtles. So when they're building, they're supposed to check the lot, and a lot of times they don't, and the turtles get buried. It's sad. This guy wasn't, because he's got the red stripe on his shell. So this contractor actually does bring in someone to check, and they do find the turtle because they have to build the house, and they try to relocate them. But there's a lot of contractors that don't, and the turtles, when they come to clear the lots, the turtles get buried alive. We would have, every day, we would have turtles in our yard, in our driveway. Now, nah, my husband would always be stopping to move them off the highway so they don't get run over. It's not like that anymore. I mean, we still see them, but not like we did, because all the building. I told him there was one across the street. That turtle's been there for 10 years. When they built that house, they never checked that lot. Never seen that turtle again. But in the house next door, they dug under the house and actually laid their eggs and had their babies. You could come out early in the morning and see all the little turtle babies playing. It was so cute. But guys, I've been on here so freaking long. A lot longer than I planned on being. But with Betty, you never know. I might go live over the weekend, and I want to do a part 3 of The Circus Comes to Town, the performers of YouTube. It might be Turtleboy, though, instead of me finishing up Crime Circus with his secrets video. Oh my lord, that's a whole nother ballgame. I'm still in awe of the ladder from last night. He was obsessed with that ladder. And yeah, no. I won't even tell you what my husband said about that clip. And he was a contractor for years. Yeah. But I'm not sure which one it's going to be. But it'll be one of them. I'm going to try, but yeah, I'm not sure. But guys, do me a favor, please hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And I also have channel memberships. I think they're $1.99. I was worried about that too, because I know times are tough for everybody. I know I'm raising kids. God, the groceries are freaking outrageous. What I spend at the grocery store is nuts. And a couple people have asked me about a wish list. I finally have agreed to do one. I'm working on it. I'll put it up. Yeah. And mostly it's just going to be kids, for the kids. Not for me, but for the kids. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to show y'all. I hope everybody has some good plans for the weekend. It looks like the weather's going to be pretty decent, at least around here. And I will see you on the YouTube streets, I'm sure. Till then, be safe and have some fun. Have some good laughs. Just have some fun. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. I'll see you next time. If my mouse lets me end it. All right. Bye, all. Yeah, I want to end